If you watch Yes Network on TV, then you get the Yes app for free. Download the app to stream the Nets and experience the game in a whole new way. With a live stat overlay to track your favorite players. Free-to-play gaming with big cash prizes. And earn and redeem rewards for gift cards and gear. So remember, if you get Yes on TV, then you get the Yes app for free. Download now.
What's up, everybody? Chef Marcus Sampson here on Home Plate New York on the Yes app. Come on, man, bring it in. Don't be shy.
From pinstripes to chef whites, Yankee stars take to the kitchen and explore some of their favorite New York cuisine.
This is staple. This is where we grew up. This is actually a gourmet version.
Yeah.
Plus celebrities, athletes, and icons join Marcus at some of the hottest tables in town.
That's amazing. I'm proud. Manja.
Check out Home Plate New York, streaming now on the Yes app.
I could stand here and tell you if my prostate cancer wasn't caught early, I might not be alive today.
I could tell you that the cutting-edge research funded by the Prostate Cancer Foundation has helped patients live longer with less complications.
I could tell you all of this, but really, it's up to you.
It's your health.
It's your life.
Go to pcf.org for the help you need to navigate this disease. Go to pcf.org today.
We're all trying to put together the pieces.
It is clear they have a plan.
The wheels are turning. It's going to be chess match. Yankees hot stove is back.
A lot to talk about. Who is he going to sign with? How much is he going to sign for?
Plus, you never know what guests will join us.
If anyone knows the joy of rescuing animals, it's me. Just ask my rescues, who are all very important members of my family. Your life can also be forever changed by adopting a shelter pet. And it's not just about the happiness your pet gets from finding a loving home, but that which you'll get from bringing them into your life. The heroes at American Humane have been helping animals for more than 140 years. You can learn more at americanhumane.org.
Nobody shows up quite like New Yorkers. We're tough, loud, loyal. And this year, we're stepping up like never before. For the first time, all of New York sports teams and the leagues are joining with New York Cares and the Partnership for New York City for one cause. Collecting winter coats for New Yorkers in need. So show your love and help make this coat drive the greatest our city has ever seen. Go to WeLoveNYC.NYC.
Show me what you're cooking. Oh, let me see.
We interrupt this programming to bring you a special presentation.
Good afternoon, everybody. Been a busy and exciting last 7 or 8 days for the Yankees hot stove season, highlighted obviously with the acquisition of Juan Soto, one of obviously the premier talents in all of the game of baseball. We welcome Juan and certainly thank him for giving us a bit of his time this afternoon. Before we start, obviously want to recognize Scott Boris, Juan's agent and representative. Scott, good to see you as always. Thanks for taking the time. I think those who are familiar with our Zoom procedures know that at the bottom of your screen, there's a raise hand function. That's how we will systematically get to some questions while getting Juan out in time for dinner. Promise you, Juan. I think also we've got a number of the Latin media in attendance on the Zoom. I think for the sake of flow, I think we'll save the questions for Juan in Spanish to the end. We also have Marlon Abreu, who's a Yankees interpreter on the Zoom. And those at the end that do have questions in Spanish. And Juan, if you answer in Spanish, please allow Marlon the opportunity to translate back to English so that everybody is informed. Also, as a reminder, as Juan becomes more acclimated with a lot of the faces here, if you'd be kind enough and professional enough to please introduce yourselves and your affiliation so Juan knows whom is asking the questions. Juan, thanks, man. It's good to see you. You look good in the Yankees cap.
Well, thank you guys for having me here. Thanks for the time and everything. And we're more than excited to start this over.
All right, and with that, we can take some questions. Chris Kirschner, please unmute.
Hey Juan, Chris Kirschner with The Athletic. When did the possibility of getting traded become real for you, and what are your thoughts on joining the Yankees?
He's just great, you know. More than excited to be right here, to be in the spot that I am. He's really excited to see this organization and try to be part of it for the next season. I'm really excited to join the team.
Go to Brian Hoke.
Hey Juan, Brian Hoke with MLB.com. You mentioned this season. Are you open to discussing an extension with the Yankees, and what are your priorities when that time does come?
My priorities right now is just get to know the team, get to know the guys, right? Really. For me, I going to the team, to New York, to Tampa, whatever I'm gonna meet those guys, and try to get a really good relationship and try to really stick together, get to know those guys, and push and try to get the same goal as they want. You know, that's what my main thing is right now. About any contract stuff, they know where to call and who to talk to. I'm here just to play baseball and try to keep concentrated and play baseball.
Joyce, please unmute.
Hey, Juan, this is Greg Joyce from the New York Post. I'm curious what your thoughts are on sharing an outfield with Aaron Judge.
Sorry, can you say it again?
What are your thoughts on sharing an outfield with Aaron Judge?
I mean, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be really fun. I'm going to be more than excited to share the field with him. I mean, he seems a great guy. He was one of the guys that reached out to me whenever I got traded. It's going to be exciting, man. It's going to be fun. It's going to be really fun to see him play, hitting and playing outfield. Try to pick his mind when I'm there and try to, you know, try to enjoy the moment while I'm there.
We can move next to Gary Phillips.
Hey, Juan, Gary Phillips from the Daily News. I'm just curious, you mentioned Aaron Judge there. Has he or any other Yankees, any other, have your new teammates reached out to you so far, and what have they had to say?
Yeah, a lot of them. I got messages from Glaber, Rizzo, Gary Cole. I mean, a lot of them, they just came over. They tell me they're really excited to have me on the team, and they are looking forward to meet me in spring training and get together and share talks and everything. I think it's going to be really fun. That means a lot for me. That was really special that they reached out to me and let me know how excited they are. So I think it's going to be really cool.
Thanks.
Hey, Gary, I think Juan in his last answer mentioned that Judge was one of the first guys that made contact with him.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Had a quick cutout here.
Caldera.
I want Pete Caldera from The Record. I just wanted to get your thoughts on playing the majority of your games now at Yankee Stadium, what your take is on that, and for a guy whose power is traditionally left center, what that if that short right field porch might change your approach any.
I mean, definitely not. I'm gonna try to keep my same approach. We all know that there's a really short porch right there, and it's gonna be on your mind. But definitely, I'm gonna try to stay in the same approach I've been doing. That's what it takes me all the way where I'm at right now. So I think there's no reason to change it. I think I'm gonna be trying to do the same thing. And if I get the chance to pull any ball and hit it that way, that's fine for me. But definitely, like you say, my strength is going left center, and I think that's what I'm gonna try to do.
Next to Jack Curry. Jack.
Hey, Juan, Jack Curry from the Yes Network. Pete and I are obviously cheating from the same page because I was going to ask you about Yankee Stadium too. You have 4 homers and 28 plate appearances at the stadium. I know that's a small sample size, but in the times that you have played in the stadium, how have you felt and why have you felt so comfortable and had such positive results?
I mean, it's a great ballpark. It's a great batter's box. I'm not gonna lie, it feels great to stand up there. But yeah, it's just the way it goes. I feel comfortable to be there. I get the chance to get really good pitches in the strike zone and to do damage. And I did it at the end of the day. It's just the way it goes. I just try to do my job, try to concentrate, try to put the ball in play, and it just happens. I don't even try to hit a homers. I just try to hit low line drives to the middle, and it's just the way it goes, the game.
You moved to Ron Blum, fully operational video. Ron, nice going. But you
Hey, Ron Blum from AP. And you've been on a team that succeeded and excited the fan base in Washington, on a team that wanted to win in San Diego. Is there any change in mindset going to the Yankees where the expectation is a championship and anything other than a World Series title is viewed as failure?
I think it's the same mindset whenever I go to the place. I'm more than excited to go from one team that has the chance to win a championship to another one. It's going to be really fun. It's going to be great. But definitely it's going to be the same mindset. And it's been the same mindset since 2018 when I get to the league, at least winning. That's all I care about. I come to the field thinking about winning every day. And that's what I wanted to do. I get a little taste of it in 2019. We win the World Series and everything. It was a great feeling, and I want to try to do it again. I think that was my mindset, and that's been my mindset since day one.
Thank you.
Peter Splendorio, did I get that right, Pete?
You did, yes. Hi, Juan. It's Peter Splendorio with New York Daily News. My question for you is just, I guess you mentioned some of your new teammates. Just what do you think is the potential of this lineup? And have you kind of gotten a sense of how the Yankees plan to use you in the field, in the lineup, just some of that kind of stuff?
For me, whatever they need me, I'm going to be there. I'm going to be positive to do it. Whatever spot they need me, I'm going to be ready for it. In whatever spot in the lineup, whatever position they want me to play, I'm going to be right there for them. I'm open to do it anytime. Definitely, we're going to discuss that whenever we get to Tampa at spring training. We haven't talked about that. We're still processing the trade, but definitely, whatever spot they need me, I'm going to try to do my best right there.
Tim Healy, go ahead.
Hi, Juan. This is Tim Healy from Newsday. You've expressed in the past that you like visiting New York, you like playing in New York. What is it about New York City that you've liked through the years as a visiting player?
I mean, it's always good to see the family that I have there, family and friends that I have in New York. It's always to have them right there and come to visit sometimes. Definitely just a great vibe, a great feeling to be playing in New York and in that stadium. The fans, the crowd is just incredible. Even when they weren't cheering for me, they were really booing me and everything. I really enjoyed my time there. It was pretty cool for me, and it was a great experience.
Thank you.
Clappish, please unmute.
Hi, Juan. It's Bob Clappish from Star Ledger and NJ.com. Following up on the previous question, what has your opinion been of the Yankees growing up and as a National League player, from the outside as an opponent? What do you think of the franchise and how you'll fit in?
I mean, it's just the same thing everybody's been thinking about the franchise. It's a great organization and great team, a team that really cares about the players and everybody. That's what we've been hearing around, and all the players and everybody. I mean, and they have great players too. So that's all I'm thinking about from the Yankees, and that's where we're standing up right now.
Thank you.
Kendall Green, please unmute.
Hey, how's it going? I'm Kendall Green from Fox 5 News. I was just curious, what do you hope is your intended impact on the offensive side of the ball? I mean, there's a lot of excitement with the Yankees front office about bringing you on. In the perfect season, what do you do?
in a perfect season is just win a championship. That's what I think. But definitely, just come over, try to play good ball, try to do my job, and try to help the team to win as much as we can. That's the mindset, and that's I think by positive. I'm gonna be positive. I'm gonna bring energy every day. I think that's what I gotta bring to the table. Everybody knows about the numbers and everything, but I think my mind thing is just to bring the energy and give those guys a good vibe to support each other and try to win a championship.
Ron Chandler, you have the next question.
Hey, Juan, John Chandler from NBC in New York here. Wondering if you go back to that first time you hit 2 home runs at the stadium, I think it was 2018. I wonder how much you've thought about that day here since getting acquired by the Yankees, and what maybe you were thinking about that day in terms of doing that in the stadium at such a young age.
What I remember that day, it was incredible. I mean, it was a great feeling. I was 19 years old coming into the Yankee Stadium, one of the biggest stage in the league, and just be thinking I have family, friends in the stands. It was a pretty cool moment, you know, and get those homers to get my team the lead. It was pretty cool, and it was really amazing. Just like I say, it was a special moment, and more when I get the lead, hitting those homers, it was impressive for me and for my teammates. It just the love that they gave me in that day. It was pretty amazing memories.
Dylan and Alfred, I see you guys. We're going to get to you after a couple more questions. Thanks for your patience. I appreciate it. Chris Kirshner, back to you.
Hey, Juan, the Dominican community in the Bronx is massive. How much are you looking forward to playing in front of them on a nightly basis?
I think it's gonna be really fun, really excited. So I'm more than excited to step on that field and see how much energy they can bring to the ballpark. I think it's gonna be pretty amazing. It was pretty cool to see them from the other side, but I can imagine how it's gonna be being in the same side and hear them cheer for me.
Andy Martino, you have your hand up.
Hi, Juan. This is Andy Martino from SNY. Early last season, I believe you were among the guys who spoke about the pitch clock a little bit and how it was an adjustment. Just wondering how that went for you for the rest of the year in San Diego, adjusting to that new variable and hitting, and if you had to change anything. I know you're a guy that liked to take your time sometimes, and if you're more comfortable with the pitch clock now than you were early in the season.
Yeah, definitely. I've been working on that. I really was getting used to it. I was really trying to find a path, trying to find a rhythm to go on the play and look at the clock. But definitely, yes, I feel more comfortable with it. I really didn't like it at the beginning of spring training and everything. It was pretty short time for me. And like you say, I take my time and I like to think what I'm gonna do on the play. So, but definitely, I've been working on it and I've been getting used to it. And I think I already found my path and my rhythm to play for it.
Thanks.
Take these last 3 in queue, and then we'll jump to Alfred and John to finish up. David Lennon, go ahead.
Hey, Juan, Dave Lennon from Newsday. I know it's been the talk in New York already about an extension and keeping you here and those sort of things. It's probably just going to continue around you during the season. Is that hard for you to put out of your head? I mean, you're so close to being a free agent for the first time, and it's a big time for, there could be a huge payday on the other side. How hard is it to keep that out of your head?
I mean, I've been doing it for 6 years for now, so I think it's not gonna be that hard because I have one of the best agents in the league. So I think I put everything on him and let him do his magic. For me, like I said, my mindset is just come here to play baseball and try to win a championship.
Thank you, Juan.
Greg Joyce, go ahead.
Juan, on that topic, you kind of expect to, throughout next year, wonder about whether it's a place that you could see yourself staying long term? Is that something you'll think about throughout the year as you get to know the organization better and all that?
Sorry, can you repeat the question? It's like a little bit.
Do you expect to, throughout next year, kind of be thinking about whether this is a place that you would like to stay long term as you get to know the organization better and all that?
I mean, yeah, like I said, we just got to get to know the organization, get to know the team. Right now, I'm more than excited to get there and see those guys and see how big is that judge and stand. It's gonna be pretty cool. So that's what I'm looking for right now, just to get comfortable on the team and watch how it's gonna be and how we're gonna grow on it.
Go to Bob for a final one before we jump to Alfred and John.
Hi, Juan. Sorry, I'm going to follow up on the last two questions. Is there anything the Yankees can? I know when excuse me, when it comes time to negotiate the contract, it's going to be Scott's call, Scott's responsibility. But in the meantime, you know that Judge and Cole and all the other teammates are going to try to convince you to stay. Is there anything they can do or say to you to get on your good side to make you think, hey, this is a great place. Maybe I will finish my career here?
I think that's not their job. I think that's somebody else's job. I think we're here to make friends, to make good relationships, and try to be out there and play good baseball. I think that's going to be the last thing that they're going to be talking about, and we just going to go out there and try to, like I say, talk about baseball and win championships.
Okay.
Again, John, Alfred, I appreciate you guys hanging with it. John, you want to unmute?
Hola, John Sand de Tu Sabor Deportivo. Juan, 3 equipos en las últimas 3 temporadas. Tu personalidad va de acorde con la filosofía de los Yankees. ¿Tú esperas personalmente quedarte en los Yankees de Nueva York? ¿Y qué tan especial será para ti jugar en la ciudad de Nueva York, que luego de República Dominicana es la ciudad más importante por la cantidad de dominicanos que tenemos y la influencia social y económica?
Juan, if you can let Marlon is on here. Marlon, can you translate that question, please, before Juan answers?
Yes. Juan, sí, rapidito, ¿verdad? Es la traducción para lo medio en inglés. Understanding, Juan, that you've played for 3 different teams in the last 3 years, and seeing that your personality is a great match to be a New York Yankee for a long time, what it would mean for you to keep on playing here. And then the second part of that question is understanding the impact that you could have as a Dominican-born player, for other community and everything that can shape out if it's a long-term relationship here, what it would mean to you.
You want me to answer in English or Spanish?
You can go Spanish, Juan, and then Marlon will translate back.
Okay. Para mí será algo bien emocionante jugar en la ciudad de Nueva York. Como lo ha dicho, siempre es bonito venir aquí y dar lo mejor de nosotros para la comunidad dominicana. Y no solo para dominicanos, sino para toda la hispana que está en la ciudad de Nueva York. Yo creo que será un momento bien bonito, bien interesante. Y trataré de disfrutarlo al 100%, ¿sabes? Esperemos en Dios que podamos lograr la meta y sea ganar lo más partidos que se pueda y podamos disfrutarlo aún mucho más.
Merlin?
Yeah, I mean, I've always said it, I think it's going to be an exciting opportunity. And like I've said many times before, I think it's going to be exciting to play in front of my family, have the opportunity to play here. And just, and that's the hope and goal, to win as many games possible together as a whole group here, for sure. It's always going to be exciting and fun.
Alfred, please unmute.
Hey, sorry, I was having trouble for unmuting. Can you guys hear me?
We got you, Alfred, yeah.
Perfect. Thank you, Jason. Juan, bueno, primero que nada, la bienvenida, por supuesto, a los Yankees. Cuéntame, me gustaría saber cómo recibiste la noticia, dónde estabas y cuál fue tu reacción, ¿no? Al saber que te habías convertido en un Yankee de Nueva York. My question is, when was him, when he got the news that he was going to be a Yankee, and what was his reaction, his feelings about being a New York Yankee? En español, si la puedes responder, Juan, por favor.
No, para mí, en el momento donde yo estaba, yo estaba jugando Nintendo con los amigos míos, estábamos jugando videojuegos, tú sabes, estábamos ahí pasándola bien, chelchando y todas las cosas, tú sabes. Es uno de los pasatiempos míos, tratar de jugar con ellos, compartir, hablar, chelchar lo más que podamos. Pero sí, estaba ahí, recibí la llamada del gerente de los padres y me dio la noticia, tú sabes. Fue muchas emociones encontradas, fue algo, tú sabes, impactante. En verdad me sentí un poco triste, tú sabes, porque hice muchos amigos en San Diego, tremenda organización. Desde el dueño, que Dios lo tenga en su gloria, que descanse en paz, y hasta los clubes, los seguridad, todo el mundo fue en tremenda persona. Yo creo que fue una tremenda organización. Hice bastante amigos con los jugadores, me sentí bien cómodo con eso. So, yo creo que fue un poquito incómodo de esa parte, pero también fue bien emocionante porque venía de una organización con chances de ganar la Serie Mundial a otra que también tienen buen chance de ganar la Serie Mundial. So, al final también me sentí bien, me sentí contento de poderse venir hacia los Yankees de Nueva York y más a compartir el terreno con tantas superestrellas que tiene este equipo.
Oye, y antes que Marlon haga la traducción, real quick, before Marlon do the translation, ¿cómo te sentiste cuando pusiste hoy esa gorra? How do you feel when you put the hat today?
I mean, it's just a different feeling. Es un sentimiento diferente, tú sabes. Una gorra de los New York Yankees, tú sabes que desde pequeño uno siempre vive viendo eso en la calle, en todos los lugares. Y ahora llegar a la ciudad de Nueva York y ponerte esto y representar a los dominicanos en Nueva York, yo creo que es una experiencia diferente y bien bonita.
Alfred, you're not giving Marlon much of a chance here.
I can do the translation if you want.
I got it.
Marlon is the best.
Oh man, you know, when I received that call, I was actually playing Nintendo with my friends. Yeah, you know, it's one of my hobbies to play video games and spend time with my friends and have a good time. You know, but yeah, you know, the call came in. It was GM from the Padres, and he told me the news. You know, and it was a lot of emotions. You know, a lot of good ones, a lot of bad ones. You know, I've over my time with the Padres, I got to spend and know a lot of people out there, really good teammates, including, you know, the owner who recently passed away. You know, hopefully he's up there in a good spot with God. You know, rest in peace. And yeah, definitely lots of emotions. You know, but at the same time, you know, I felt like I was coming into a great organization. You know, overall. And yeah, you asked me about the hat, putting on this Yankee hat, and yeah, it definitely fits different, you know. So it's going to be exciting, you know, to play in front of a lot of Dominican fans, a lot of fans from Latin America. It's going to be exciting, and also the fans in New York. So very excited about it.
I will take one question from Felix D. Jesus. Felix, can you turn your video on? Is that possible? And unmute?
No, I can't. I'm driving in traffic. Anyway,
yeah.
Jason, first of all, mirando aquí Juan, Félix Jesús, parte de la transmisión de los Yankees y Listín Diario, República Dominicana. ¿Has hablado con Manny Machado, Xander Bogart y Fernando Tatis Jr.? ¿Qué te dijeron que tú venías al equipo de los Yankees? Y más que nada, ¿qué te dijeron Xander Bogart y también Manny Machado de jugar en la división este de la Liga Americana?
De la Liga Nacional, o sea. Sí, hablé con Bogart y Tatis. Ellos me llamaron, estuvimos conversando. ¿sabes? Siempre son tremendas personas, esos muchachos siempre estuvieron ahí pendientes de mí. Ellos también se sintieron un poquito incómodos con el cambio, principalmente Tatis, pero así es la pelota, así es el negocio, tenemos que aceptar cómo van las cosas, pero gracias a Dios siempre son muchos cambios para bien y yo creo que eso fue lo mejor para mí y para la organización de los San Diego Padres. Yo creo que hasta ahora estamos bien, seguimos en comunicación con ese muchacho y más que contento de tener relaciones con una relación de amistad con ese muchacho.
Yeah, I definitely had a chance to talk with Bogarts and Tatis. You know, yeah, we talked about everything, the trade and everything. You know, that's how baseball goes sometimes. You know, Tatis was a little definitely sadder, but overall, you know, you create great relationships with those guys, and you know, I think at the end, it was the best decision for the Padres, and it was the best decision for me. You know, to make the trade.
On, if you can, we Ricardo, we took our too long to switch you over. Can you take one more question, Juan, if that's okay with you?
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay, Ricardo, you have the last question. Please unmute.
Gracias, Juan. Aquí Ricardo Montes de Oca de las Mayores. Me mencionaste ya varios latinos que se comunicaron contigo de los Yankees, pero te quiero preguntar por uno en particular, que es Jason Domínguez, que quizás, digamos, tú siempre has sido como el más joven en los equipos que has estado, pero ahora está Jason, que tiene una trayectoria similar y tuvo el problema de la lesión. Eventualmente van a compartir juntos en los Yankees. Quiero preguntarte sobre esa opinión, si has hablado con él o si esperas ser una especie de mentor también de Jason Domínguez a lo largo de la temporada.
Hasta ahora no he podido tener el chance de hablar con él ni compartir ninguna plática, pero sí, todo el mundo sabe el talento que tiene ese muchacho. Al final del día es una tremenda superestrella. Veremos cuando llegue allá a Tampa o a Nueva York si tendré el chance de verlo y compartir con él. Claro está, yo estoy abierto a cualquier opinión que él necesite de mí, dársela. ¿Sabes? Las lesiones son parte del juego, así tenemos que aceptarlas, lo que tenemos que venir más fuerte después de eso, tratar de prepararnos mentalmente y físicamente para poder venir mucho mejor y con más ánimo para la siguiente ocasión, tú sabes. Todo eso pasa, al final del día él sabe qué pelotero es él, qué calibre de pelotero es él, cuánto talento tiene. So, yo creo que él va a estar bien y va a ser un tremendo pelotero para ayudar al equipo.
You know, I actually haven't had the time to speak to Dominguez yet, you know, but it's clear to see, you know, the amount of talent that he has and everything that he can do moving forward. You know, unfortunately, injuries happen as part of the game. And I'm here for that, you know, to offer some advice and to, if he has any questions or anything that I can be helpful to him, you know, at the right time, I'm sure I'm going to be right there for him, you know. So eventually, you know, hopefully we'll have the time to do that.
Juan, before we let you go, I actually have a question only because I think I'm going to get a lot of people texting and emailing me after we hang up. You keep mentioning family and relatives in New York. Who is here?
I mean, I have uncles and friends over there that I have a lot of friends that I know from DR, but I have a couple uncles from my dad's side and my mom's side, so more than excited to share a little bit more with them.
Thank you for that. And thank you for your time, Juan. We appreciate it and certainly look forward to seeing you three-dimensionally sooner rather than later. But thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Everybody.
We now join our regularly scheduled programming.
Why didn't you correct me? Why did you let me say the wrong thing? So what is the right thing to do? Be that guy and correct?
It's a great question by you.
Or be that guy and not correct and make the guy look bad. I feel like calling attention to it doubles down on it.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. It depends, because also sometimes I look for it as like it's the nice thing to do. As we welcome back from the conversation with, speaking of, we are talking about the Dominican Republic, and we're talking about it because of Juan Soto. And he was asked about playing in the outfield with Mr. Aaron Judge.
I mean, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be really fun. I'm going to be more than excited to share the field with him. I mean, he seems a great guy. He was one of the guys that reached out to me whenever I got traded. It's going to be exciting, man. It's going to be fun. It's going to be really fun to see him play, hitting and playing outfield. Try to pick his mind when I'm there and try to enjoy the moment while I'm there.
He was also asked about his success at Yankee Stadium.
I mean, it's a great ballpark. He's a great batter's box. I'm not gonna lie, it feels great to stand up there. I feel comfortable to be there. I get the chance to get really good pitches in the strike zone and to do damage. And it's just the way it goes. I just try to do my job, try to concentrate, try to put the ball in play, and it just happens. I don't even try to hit a homers. I just try to hit low line drives to the middle, and it's just the way it goes, the game.
Phone lines are open, 1-800-919-3776. We're talking still about Tommy DeVito. We're talking a little bit about Juan Soto. A bunch of tweets have rolled in. Here we go. Uncle Jesse says, yes, kind of cringe, but it's understandable. I was in DR, and he was in the Dominican Republic, would be preferred. Eli says, as a fellow Dominican, you are right. The Dominican is extremely cringe. Just say DR or Dominican Republic. My wife is half Dominican. She always corrects me, an Italian-American from Long Island, that it's DR or Dominican, not the Dominican. Dominican here, the DR is the worst. I'm of Dominican descent, and the term the Dominican is cringe.
Wow, I'm really sorry.
Don't be sorry. I don't think anyone's offended.
I don't know. You don't know.
Everyone's just saying it's cringe. No one's saying it's offensive. That's why what we're doing here
is a service, is what you're saying.
Oh, wow.
That's how we find out things.
Wow, there's an article from Marchand all the way back in 2005.
I don't think it's Marchand.
K-Not laughing at prank, threatens to quit radio, gets producer reassigned.
It's a post. It's a post article, but is it Marchand?
Correct.
He was there in 05?
05, pre-ESPN.
What the
That's right. Good for Andrew. Michael was not happy with that article. Or maybe he was. I don't know.
Oh, there's so much happening today. I love it. Let's talk to Bernie in Virginia. Hey, Bernie.
Burn, baby, burn.
Hello. Two things. I wasn't able to listen when you were talking about Michael's cruise, but I don't begrudge Michael for going on the cruise. It's a free luxury cruise for his whole family.
Oh, no, it's paid. Free. He can't be free.
And he's probably making 10 to 15 bands on top, right?
Listen,
that's our guess.
This is totally crude, but my guess would be if he's making less than 15 bands, I'm firing the agent.
And here's the thing, though, Peter. The fact that he chose to try eggs on a cruise, which is basically a human feeding trough, is an affront to everything. The fact that if he wanted to try eggs, he should have planned a gorgeous, beautiful brunch with you and Natalie on the Upper West Side.
It's a great point.
Like a gentleman.
You know what? It's such a good point. We could have gone to Sarah Beth's or Fred's or Michael's fancy to one of the fancy hotel buffets in Midtown.
I know.
He'd never leave, but now he's never gonna try it again because he was
But what do you think of just the fact that it's egg whites?
Egg whites.
No. You got to go with the whole thing. Over easy or scrambled, a beautiful omelet. It hurts. It's an affront to all cuisine. The second thing, real quick, I'm a huge Giants fan. Last night I found myself I was rooting against my own team, and I will never do it again. I lost Joe Burrow in fantasy. I picked up Jordan Love. And I needed him to have a really good game again in the playoffs. Needless to say, I'm not in the playoffs. And I also bet money line for Green Bay to win, which was stupid. It's the first time I've ever bet against my team. After last night, between fantasy and the gambling apps, I deactivated all my gambling apps. I'm never going to do that again.
Wow.
I was a fraud fan. I was rooting against my old team, and it was such a fun story. Every time I saw his agent and his dad, I was like, no, and I was like, what are you doing?
Can we ask you a question, though? Bernie, we got to ask you something, though.
Yeah.
Have you deleted the gambling app before and brought it back?
No, never.
Okay, so
Never.
you think
I've
you
had
can
for
shake
years.
this?
I gambled here and there, onesie, twosies, but after last night, when I found myself fantasy,
that's terrible.
Fantasy and gambling is really messing with fandom, and it's
one of the reasons I'm not a big fan of fantasy sports for that particular reason.
Great call, Bernie.
Because there's a couple of things at play. I'm never going to root against my team.
Never.
So even last night, that would have been a big win for me had the Giants not covered. If the Packers had covered the 6.5, I pick up 2 points on you. I'm breathing down your neck. And there's a lot of pride on the line for that. It's still not enough for me to root against my team. So if I'm in fantasy and I get a chance to win, if the opposition's quarterback has a big night, I'm not going to root for that to happen. So it takes the fun out of fantasy for me. Because how are you supposed to go an entire year of fantasy football and not have that moment where your player is going up against your favorite team?
It's really interesting, actually, because so many people I know love fantasy, and I have no interest in it. I've done it. I always end up falling apart, not setting my lineup. Like, I just don't care, because two things. One, all I really care about when it comes to, like, you know, my rooting interest is my team, and I don't need more stuff to stress out about. And number two, I enjoy the game so much, I just don't need it. Like, I
don't need it.
Even betting, like, so I got to tell you guys, I have an addictive personality with certain things. Gambling, I used to want to gamble all the time back in the day. Very small amounts, but I'd bet all the time. I'd bet on, like, all weekend I'd be betting games for really small amounts. When gambling got legal, I knew for me it was a hot stove. I was like, I'm just not going to, this isn't going to work. I'll do it every once in a while. And when I do it, by the way, do it with FanDuel. Promo code Peter. And I enjoyed the app. It was cool. But I'm so invested in games anyway. I just don't need it. So at fantasy in particular, though, I totally respect people who love it. It's just not for me.
No, the reason I get caught up in it, back in the day at least, because now everybody does it virtually. I used to have a fun time at the draft. If we all got together, got a bunch of pizza, beer, drafting, kind of making fun of each other's picks, things like that, that's fun. But during the course of the year, it ends up being more aggravation than it's worth for me. But as far as the gambling aspect, I never had a problem with it because you know what I used to do back in the day, Peter? Bet against my team, so I felt like I paid for the win.
Right. I hear.
That if my team loses, well, at least I made some money off of it. I think he was a little excessive deleting the apps and all that. But you get a little too caught up. Football is fun. So I really never felt like I have to bet to make the game interesting. I have to play fantasy to make it interesting. I think football's fascinating on its own.
And he was in a tough spot last night because he's now, even if he switches and goes, I'm just going to root for the Giants to win and enjoy the DeVito moment, but you still have it hanging over you that you lost because of it. Like, it's just, I'd rather not mess. I'm not going to lie, though. Yesterday, guys, what a day for me. Don was starting to breathe down my neck. Don and I went heads up in a 2-pointer yesterday. Him with the Packers, me with the Giants. By the way, the irony's thick there. Right? I like the Packers. Ballard always pushing for you to pick the Packers. Ballard texted me last night, disappointed when he saw Jarv's graphic. He was like, you really? I was like, I don't like you guys to cover. I like the Giants to cover. And so to get the cover, and then, guys, as Miami takes a 2-touchdown lead on Tennessee, I intentionally send a text to the group chat to jinx Michael. I text the group chat, Michael's got his cover. Boom! Jinxed him. Hit both. Staying in first place, just trucking along. It is not, this is when it starts getting scary. These are scary hours for the pick segment. Hanging on to my lead. What am I up on you, Don? 6?
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Let me double check.
You always want to be up at least a full week. You know what I mean? As we head down the stretch here.
I got it right here.
All right.
He printed it out. You have 49.5. I've got 43 even, so it's 6.5.
Guess what? That's over a week to you and me. It's nice to stay over a week ahead.
It would have been 2.5.
It would have been very tight.
But still, it's a great story.
We're enjoying it. We're going to talk more. We still haven't heard from Tommy DeVito. Any update from our guy who said he's going to get us Tommy DeVito?
Haven't heard anything, no.
Yeah, this is ridiculous. I'm going to dig into the mailbag next. TMKSESPN@gmail.com. I'm going to dig into the mailbag. We're going to read some mail. I'm giving away tickets to WWE. We're going to do that in the 5 o'clock hour. And big shout out to our partners at MSG Networks who are hosting a sweepstakes tonight throughout their coverage of Rangers Maple Leafs. Beginning at 6:30, a $100 donation to the Garden of Dreams Foundation gets you a ticket to win signed player items, tickets, and other experiences. Go to MSGNetworks.com for more info. Or just tune into the game to help out New York area children facing major obstacles. It's a great way to give back during the holiday season. Shouts to the Garden of Dreams. They do a great job. A lot more to do. Peter and Don, the K Show on Yes on 97 ESPN.
We just signed the lease on our 3rd shop. I guess we're a chain now, right? We worked so hard to get here. My assistant went to CustomInk.com to get our new uniforms and merch with all the location names. Our custom gear helps him get our brand out into the community. He takes care of all of our Custom Ink orders. He was able to find great products, upload the new art, and have boxes sent directly to each of the shops. Custom Ink makes it so easy. Get started today at CustomInk.com.
You've heard our story, the one about measuring twice, cutting once, and building something you're proud to put your name behind. What are we building? A different kind of workwear, inspired by the values of those who put in the work. Run. Try us on the job for 30 days risk-free.
With ButcherBox, you never have to worry about what's for dinner. We deliver grass-fed beef, organic, free-range chicken, humanely raised pork, wild-caught seafood, and so much more. Get high-quality meat, sourced from trusted partners, with free shipping, always. So you can always be prepared and enjoy the important things. Sign up for ButcherBox today.
Welcome to the Athletic Basketball Show.
Folks, the league is in absolute chaos.
Players going off pretty much every other
Playing picture that, when it clears, could leave a few future Hall of Famers.
It might all come down to some rookie taking free throws. Is on pace to break the
The Athletic. Subscribe today.
You done yet? It's 2 a.m. Why are you still scrolling through videos? You're not paying me overtime here. If you really want to see something new, why not change those shades that have been broken for the past 2 years? Let's tap the Thumbtack app, and in a matter of seconds, we'll find a pro to install new shades.
Okay.
With Thumbtack, you can easily find top-rated professionals for every home project.
Thumbtack, the easy way to care for your home.
Switch to Square and take charge of your business and your time. Switch to fast setup and even faster checkouts. Switch to making every sale, every way you want, and every way they want too. Switch to one system connecting every tool to every task, even as your business grows. Switch to taking control and taking more free time, whatever that means to you. Make the switch to Square today. Visit square.com to get started.
Tonal, be your strongest.
'Twas the holidays at DraftKings, and all through the house, slot reels were spinning, jackpots were shouting, presents were wrapped for our players with care, delivering offers all season. Celebrate anywhere. America's top online casino, spreading the cheer. It's holidays on the house. It's finally here. Download the app. Play $5, get 100 instantly in casino credits, plus a share of $5 million in offers this season. The crown is yours.
When the details take precedence, the rest falls perfectly into place. We strip away everything but the essential, and what we're left with are thoughtful bedrooms for modern living. Thuma.
Over 30 million Americans don't know where their next meal is coming from. It could be anyone, even your neighbors. Let's break the cycle of hunger together, because everyone should be welcome at the table. Learn more at nourishingneighbors.com from Acme Markets, Balducci's, and King's Foundations.
ESPN backdoor number to reach us directly.
Hi, guys.
But lucky for you, we've got email.
Look at my emails.
It's the TMKS mailbag.
I don't want stuff mailed to me.
Man, there's so much here, guys. Oh, and I have a sponsor of it for it, don't I? Sure I do. I'm going to find it, too. Where the hell is my sponsor for the mailbag?
You don't have the sponsor for the mailbag?
Yeah.
By the U.S. Post Office.
I would say first page. It is brought to you by Pajamagram, the TMcast mailbag.
See, I figure it was one of the two.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, it's Pajamagram.
That's right.
So it's, soft, silky. It's wonderful. A best-selling Christmas gift for her. Get a free $75 nightie with naturally nude pajamas from pajamagram.com.
So you say pajama?
I go back and forth. I used to do those reads for years and years. They don't like me anymore, I guess. I would always, maybe it's because I couldn't commit between Jama and Jama.
Jama just flows better to me. I don't know why.
It's a drop. Also, I've heard gringo on gringo crime could be a drop. There's a lot of things. Speaking of drops, Paul writes us and says, hey, guys, been listening forever and have two questions. Why have we never heard the drop about Peter wanting to take a nap with Tom Thibodeau? It's an all-time great drop. Also, I've never heard the context for Morris's Hall of Fame, "You're Hurting Me." Please elaborate on the origin of this.
I don't remember. Do you?
You're hurting me.
I don't remember.
Oh, God, I wonder if we could find the call. Like, I believe it's a conversation about, like, the Yankees. You know, we were talking something. He was a Yankee fan, right, Morris?
I believe so.
I think he was a Yankee fan. And something about it was hurting him, and the way he said it, it was just unbelievable. I mean, Morris is the most drop-friendly caller in the history of the show.
I see.
Everything he said that was even nothing was something.
So hot.
It was so good.
Truly, there's no one better for... Hit one more, Anthony, because why not? They're all good.
I'm ecstatic.
I love
you beckoned and I answered.
Everything he said. Oh, God rest that sweet man's soul.
Yes. Well, wait a minute. There's still hope, no?
If he were to come back now, you know what it would be? There's only one comparison. If Morris were to come back, it's Castaway a Jace. You've given up. You've moved on. They're never finding the remnants of the plane. And boom, all of a sudden, Tom Hanks shows up to Helen Hunt's door. That's what Morris coming back at this point would be. It's impossible. I hate it. I love the man, but...
What if out of nowhere? And the joy that it would bring me if this were to happen. But still, if he were to call up today and say, guys, sorry, I've just been really busy. Wouldn't it be a part of you that would be furious? Like, as happy as you would
he
be
pulls
that
an
he's
Ira?
alive.
He
said, listen,
my schedule changed.
Yeah, schedule changed. And
at that point, you're upset. Here's the other drop Paul was referring to. I'd love to take a nap with Tom Thibodeau.
What?
I forgot about that drop.
Yeah, because it was
I'd love to take a nap with Tom Thibodeau.
Well, that's how old it was. Thibodeau was accepted.
Me too, apparently.
All right. Wow, this is an intense one from the mailbag.
Oh no.
Michael writes us, says, to the powers that be and Michael K. I wish I had the ability to use words as tools so I could properly describe how I feel about the name of this show. Two words that come to mind when thinking about how Donald, the voice of both the New York Rangers and the New York Knicks, LaGreca, does not have his name on the show. Disgraceful and disrespectful. Please give one legitimate reason as to why his name is not on the show. Also at this point, Peter the Reason Rosenberg also deserves to have his name on the show. Mike from California. Mike, what do we say? We're not in a position to say.
What we say is he made some cogent points.
Yeah, we agree with, I think, yeah, some salient points.
Full time.
Yeah, things were...
Cogent works too, doesn't it?
I think cogent's fine there. Man, there's so many amazing emails. Here's Samantha. Dear Michael, Don, and Peter, my name is Samantha. I'm an avid listener of the show.
Hi.
If I miss in the afternoon, I listen to it on the podcast the next morning on my way to work.
There you go.
Life for me lately is hectic. I'm currently planning a wedding, and my sister was recently diagnosed with stage 3 non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. Listening to the three of you really makes every day a little less stressful and helps me get through the rougher days. So I just wanted to say thank you. I have always thought about calling, but I'm a Cowboys fan and want to give the short time you have for callers to the New York fans. Wow.
Wow, that is very nice. You didn't have to do that.
I know you guys always joke about how you're just three guys talking sports, but it truly makes a difference in your listeners' lives. And to Peter, if I had to guess, we fall on different aisles of the political spectrum. But I do appreciate your passion and willingness to always listen. Just because we may not agree on everything doesn't mean we have to be enemies. Wow. If we all shared our opinions in respectful ways, we would be better for it. Enjoy the holidays, Samantha.
Can an email win point guard?
I mean, literally, but you could tell from the way she handled everything, this is just a lovely person.
Very good person.
Who believes in communication and being kind. Wow, that is lovely. I'll hit more email as the show goes on.
That was outstanding, Peter. Good job.
Yeah, for the record, I just want to... Well, Michael's not here, right? I can say whatever I want?
Not that I've
When the email segment came up, I said, let me read the email. Trust me, this is what I do. I do it on hot. I'm a good mailbag reader. Trust me. We did the first one with Michael reading it. He hated it. Do you remember?
Yes.
He ripped it up. He destroyed Anthony for it. He hated the mute. No, but the overall segment, he destroyed. The last couple, I've taken the helm. And let's be honest, it's the best it's ever been.
Really, and there's a reason why he wanted to read them, and I can't tell you.
Really?
I'll tell you off the air. Something he said. You were there when he said it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You can figure it out. Right, Anthony? You can figure out the reason.
Wow, this is very interesting. I can't wait to figure this out. Also in the 5 o'clock hour, WWE tickets to MSG coming your way. The K Show on Yes and 98.7 ESPN.
With ButcherBox, you never have to worry about what's for dinner. We deliver grass-fed beef, organic free-range chicken, humanely raised pork, wild-caught seafood, and so much more. Get high-quality meat sourced from trusted partners with free shipping always. Sign up today and get free chicken wings for a year. ButcherBox.
You done yet? It's 2 a.m. Why are you still scrolling through videos? You're not paying me overtime here. If you really want to see something new, why not change those shades that have been broken for the past 2 years? Let's tap the Thumbtack app, and in a matter of seconds, we'll find a pro to install new shades.
Okay.
With Thumbtack, you can easily find top-rated professionals for every home project.
Thumbtack, the easy way to care for your home.
I saw some of my favorite reporters were at The Athletic, and I thought, wow, I need to check this out. The content was just totally amazing, and so I kept renewing, and now I'm a huge fan of The Athletic and can't imagine my sports life without it. What I enjoy the most about The Athletic is the emotion behind a lot of the stories. If you like sports at any level, they have something for you.
Custom Ink helps us celebrate and drive our students' achievements with custom gear. They love Custom Ink's different styles and designs. We love how Custom Ink makes the process simple with their easy-to-use design lab, expert artists ready to help, and unbeatable customer service. Custom Ink allows our kids to show everyone their accomplishments and the pride they have in our school. When we place an order, I know they got our back, so we can focus on the kids.
Custom Ink has hundreds of products to help you feel connected. Upload your logo or start your design today at customink.com.
The path to business success is often unpredictable. Managing your bank account doesn't need to be. Find your flow with powerfully smooth banking that keeps you focused on bringing your vision to life. The simplest decision is often the right one. Introducing IO, the company credit card that offers 1.5% cash back on everything and streamlines card management.
I'm Jessie Dover, co-founder of Dagny Dover. New York isn't for the faint of heart. The gear you carry around not only has to look good, but it has to work even better. That's why we create bags like the Landon Carryall, a bag that allows organizational junkies like me to be ready for whatever life brings. A bag that allows me to feel good about the things I carry. After all, this city is a reflection of who I am, purposeful, resilient, and ready to face whatever comes my way.
Up your fan engagement with Yes Rewards on the Yes app. Watch live games and earn points. Play the hottest games and score more. Earn status, then redeem your points to win prizes. Yes Rewards on the Yes app.
A friend of mine told me to call Freedom Care, and they'll pay my granddaughter to take care of me.
Funded by Medicaid, Freedom Care allows people to choose who provides their care, and the caregiver gets paid instantly after their shift.
Life is sweeter with her around.
Nana gave me so much joy as a child. Now it's my turn to return the love.
Call now to find out benefits and pay and how fast you can get started.
Just say it right on the air what you just said now.
I mean, I would. It's just that.
No, I don't think.
I'd have to put out a lot of fires.
Yeah,
I'd survive it, but I don't want to have to deal with it.
Yeah.
It's a compliment.
I agree, but if you go straight to I'd survive it, then it's not worth the compliment. Guys, big 5 o'clock hour to dive into. We got to mention the Knicks too, who got themselves a big win yesterday. Donnie Buckets was on the call. Big game from Julius Randle.
Randle, defended by Barnes, under the basket, drives the lane and dunks it home. With authority, Knicks by 6, as Randle flexes to get the crowd into it.
And he took a technical, which was so weak. The hanging on the rim technical, which I didn't think he really did.
Did he do the full rock back and forth?
No, I didn't notice it. And then I don't even know if he realized he got the technical. Started pumping his fist to the crowd. Crowd went nuts. And then when he got the technical, it got the crowd even more into it, and the Knicks never looked back. It ended up being a backfire for the Raptors. But I'm telling you, Randle, Barrett, Brunson, when they're on, they could beat anybody. Now, it's kind of up and down with Randle, but he was on last night. He was good.
Another Don call.
Brunson now with it. Finds Hart. Left elbow three. All net. Josh Hart hammers the three. 127 to 119. Under 3 to play.
So the bad news, Don, Mitchell Robinson, 2 months.
It stinks. 2 months, yeah, because he'll probably get back. Listen, 10 weeks, let's say it goes the full 10 weeks, he could be back before, we hit March. But he was having such a great season. I think he was in the conversation for Defensive Player of the Year, and they're a different team. Did you see who started for him last night?
No.
Jericho Sims.
Jericho Sims started last night.
Yeah, so he did well. He only had 1 bucket, but I think he had 5 rebounds. Hartenstein's better coming off the bench anyway. Emmanuel Quickly didn't play either. Keep an eye on that. But, hey, the Raptors aren't very good. And right now the Knicks are struggling defensively, and it's not going to get any better without Mitchell Robinson. But, you know, they got the offense going. 136 points. That's not bad. But they got to kind of clamp down. They gave up, 142 to Milwaukee. So it's getting a little crazy, but they're going to miss Mitch. He's I just feel bad for him. He'll survive it. But it but stinks for him,
especially considering he's taken it to a different level this year. It just the timing is not what you want. Let's go to Omar in Brooklyn. Hey, Omar.
Hello. Hello. How are you guys?
Good.
Pretty good. Peter and Don, it's wonderful. I've been busy, and plus I want everybody else to do the emails that you wrote it down. Sometimes as you grow up and as you grow older and your kids grow up, you want to entertain, rather listen to different views of different people and where you stand as a person, that we are too excited about the sports. I'm still, my 2 or 3 things to both of you guys. Don, as you are doing the Knicks broadcast, Knicks play-by-play, wonderful to hear that. Do you think, now Mitch Robinson is out, we should get a center replacement and Carl Anthony Towns? Even my kids and I have my reservation about Carl Anthony Towns. Do you think we should go for a home run with Carl Anthony Towns, and we are looking for a big superstar trade? I don't think he's a superstar, but he's the closest thing to the superstar. And now we need that position to be filled up as a starting center. Secondly, as the NFL, all the teams, the way Miami lost and everything, whatever the high ceiling of all the individual at this particular time, the 3 teams in AFC on the two on the NFC side is Dallas Cowboys and San Francisco heavily, because the Dallas Cowboys, I have to see how they play next 2 games or 3 games. I still have to see it. San Francisco is at the top. On AFC, right now the ceiling, wherever it is stand, I think the 3 teams, the 3 teams that can go to the Super Bowl from AFC, and they can say I'm rational because I'm a Bills fan, but I am telling you, Kansas City Chiefs, Baltimore Ravens, and that is Buffalo Bills. These are the 3 teams with the 3 quarterbacks healthy. If they are in the playoffs, these are one of these 3 teams will go to the Super Bowl. And on that side, Philadelphia, I don't think Jalen Hurts is 100%.
No, that knee's bothering him.
Something's
off there. Something's up with that knee.
Yes, something about knee. Yes, 100%.
I got to tell you, Omar, I'm not feeling Kansas City. I'm not. They're going to probably have to go on the road if they're going to go to the Super Bowl. They're not going to have the whole, it's going to go through Arrowhead. They'll get a home game when they win the division, Peter, but they're going to have to play on Wild Card Weekend, and then they're going to have to play on the road. I don't know if they're winning 2 road games, because they might have to go to Baltimore. They might have to go to Miami. Now, I don't know what the Dolphins are at the end of the day. I mean, that was a pretty disturbing loss yesterday.
Not what you want.
But they're still good, and they're still a high-powered offense. I'm not feeling Kansas City. I'm feeling Baltimore. And I guess Miami?
Miami's interesting, though. Yesterday's tough. It's
only 1 game.
This is one of those years. This is why you fight to just make the playoffs no matter what. You're telling me no team could go on a run this year?
And then there lies Jacksonville, which we like to have fun with. It's Thursday at Jay's, South.
Sal Powell what was he talking about?
But if they have Lawrence healthy, is it crazy to say that it's a tough choice between them and Kansas City? Put the history of Kansas City aside. The way the Chiefs are playing right now, are you betting on them to go to the Super Bowl? Would you be shocked if Jacksonville beats them in Jacksonville?
No, at this point, Jacksonville beating anybody does not surprise me. That's a very solid football team.
Now, they got to keep Lawrence healthy. And
Can't believe he came right back, by the way.
They're Miami Jays, too. Like, they have these games where, like, what the heck was that? But they still could be up there and get home games. The bye's wide open, right? I mean, that Miami kicked the door open there with their loss. So where do we stand bye-wise? Baltimore's taken over the 1 seed, but who else is in the conversation? I guess Kansas City still
They're still
is. Miami's 9-4, Baltimore's 10-3, Jacksonville 8-5, Kansas City 8-5. Now Jacksonville's 2-3 in their last 5, but I got to figure their schedule's probably loaded with AFC South teams. So they're, what did I say, 8-5? Oh, that's a huge game. It's a huge game Saturday, home against Baltimore, and then at Bucks Panthers. So they're getting to 10. And then what do they have after the Panthers?
Ravens currently plus 200 to win the conference.
So here's Jacksonville. All right. Their last 3 games, Peter, home. Their last 3 games at Tampa, home against Carolina, at Tennessee. So you figure they're winning those 3 games. They beat Baltimore, which is a big if.
At home.
That game's at home. They're getting to 12. Is Kansas City winning the next 4 to get to 12? What's Miami going to do? Now, I think the Miami will beat the Jets. Jacksonville's in there, man. I know it's hard to believe because it's Jacksonville and it's the South, but I give him a better chance than Kansas City. Oh, did you see Mahomes, by the way, did his local spot at Kansas City radio? Took it all back. Apologized. Sorry, I shouldn't have done that.
Tool time.
So good job out of him.
Here we go.
It's a little too late, but I'm not surprised. Somebody got in his ear or he found religion, but he did the right thing yesterday. And
I did not see that.
I don't know if we have sound of it anywhere.
We'll get it. We'll get it for the Ian. Good for him.
Kansas City's last games. Oof. Putrid as well. Last games at New England. Home against the Raiders. Home against Cincinnati, at L.A. So they can win the next 4, too.
Let's go to the phones. We have everything here on the table.
You don't know that.
Including Flavio in Brooklyn who wants to talk some Giants. What's up, Flavio?
Hey, Peter. Hey, Don. So I have three things I want to talk about if you guys allow me.
Do it.
One of them is a suggestion. Don, please hold on to second, because I feel like the loser of the pick segments should have to do something. Should have to, do like a dare or whatever. I found out that today's the first time that Michael ate eggs in 62 years.
Right, and it was egg whites.
Eggs and J's.
Yeah, eggs and cheese. I need to see him eat a bacon, egg, and cheese. The man has been in New York for his entire life.
So true.
We want to reward him. Do you really want to reward Michael with eating something delicious?
Well, he needs to at least be a little bit more open. But then again, I know that he's not that type of person. But second thing I wanted to talk about, Peter.
Yep.
I was listening to the MMA Hour, and I heard Ariel Helwani ended up name dropping you. I did not know that you guys were friends.
Oh, very close. He's a friend of the show.
Yeah, I really didn't know that, because you were talking about one of the fights that happened this past
Khalil Roundtree
regarding. Yes.
Yeah.
Amazing win.
Yeah, Khalil's I didn't hear what Ariel said, but Khalil's my dude, so my guess is that Ariel would have mentioned that him and I were texting throughout the Khalil fight this weekend.
He didn't have to do that because he's a salt of the earth guy.
That's why I mentioned him on Cheap Heat all the time. Yeah, we're buddies. Yeah. Shouts to Ariel.
Okay, yeah, I didn't know that. I met Ariel when he had his live show in New York last month. Amazing guy.
He's a great guy.
Yeah, exactly. And then the third thing I wanted to talk about was with Tommy DeVito. I was one of those Giants fans. So I was like, I wanted them to tank, and I agree with Don. There's no point in tanking because you have many QBs that came in the top 5 that became busts and never really panned out to be anything. So my whole thing is, I liked what I saw from Tommy DeVito. There was 3 things that I really try to see. How do the fans gravitate towards him? How does he handle the transition from college to the NFL, and how does he handle when the game was online. He checked all three boxes to me. I was very amazed on how he handled himself. It looks like he lives for the moment. My question is, with Daniel Jones, when he comes back healthy, do you trade him away? It's very interesting to see what's going to happen this upcoming season, this upcoming draft. I would love them to get themselves another weapon, maybe Marvin Harrison Jr., maybe another, tight end or something like that. I'm very intrigued. I think Tommy DeVito has the stuff to, be something in New York. I know it's a 3-game winning streak, but you see the spotlight. It kind of feels like a Jeremy Lin type of.
It does have that. It does have that kind of feel to it. But listen, let him compete for the job. The wrench in this whole thing, Peter, is what's Jones' status? Because when you heard Joe Shane speak a couple of weeks ago, it seemed like it was up in the air whether he'll be ready for camp. So you're going to have to get another quarterback. But if Jones is healthy, let him challenge it. And if Daniel wins the job, then he's the guy. And if DeVito wins it, then it's him. But let's not judge an entire career on 3 games, please.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot more to figure out about what the ceiling is for DeVito. I also don't want to limit it, though. I mean, you can't be sure. Here's the thing. If DeVito, in my mind, was going to be more than just an awesome story and a backup you always root for, at some point, Don, we'll see the numbers go up from like he's just playing efficient to he's able to really air it out.
But you know what I look at? You got to give a compliment to Dable for going with DeVito in the first place. I would have went with Tyrod Taylor. We both felt that he probably would have given the best chance to win. Now maybe Tyrod lights it up and they win the game anyway, but boy, does that look like the right decision to go with DeVito for all the reasons. Find out what he has, gave you a chance to win. I mean, it's not nothing for a kid to go out there and drive against the Green Bay Packers on national television and get you in a field goal range. And it wasn't like it was a 58-yard field goal that was kicked. He completed a 31-yard pass down the field. I mean, this was not a fluke, that drive. And we would have been robbed of that if Tyrod Taylor played. How do you feel today if Tyrod Taylor had the exact same game? Happy the Giants won, 3-game winning streak still alive. There's no buzz to it. There's no future. There's no feel to it. It's just been a win. DeVito wins it. Now it's a thing. Give Dable credit for that. That happened because of the decision that Brian Dable made.
Not to mention, so much more fun. With all due respect, love Tyrod. Everyone knows who Tyrod Taylor is. Seeing him win that game last night would have been cool. Wouldn't have had nearly the impact, let's be realistic, that it did having Tommy Cutlets get that win. By the way, he still hasn't called us, which is upsetting. Anthony in the car. Anthony, I had the same thought today that you're having. Go ahead.
Don, Peter, 45, how we doing tonight?
Pretty good. Arrogant Anthony wants to call and rub it in my face.
Before I bring up the bet, can I just ask you an ENN question?
Sure.
Why was there no Tiger Watch last week?
Oh, you know what? It's fair enough.
I didn't miss it.
But make up for. Oh, I missed it big time.
It was on the board. We were told it could have been played.
I was sitting there nude, listening to ENN, waiting for the Tiger Woods watch, and there was nothing. So,
all right, so Anthony, I'm dying to know, what did you do with your nudity instead?
Great point.
Well, I DVR'd Tiger's round from the day because I was working, and I just watched it.
In the nude.
Oh,
that's not true. Good for you. I'm glad you enjoyed it regardless. We didn't cover Tiger's the Hero World Challenge last week. It's a bad job by me.
But you can make it up this week. He's playing with his son and the father's son.
Oh, I got to tell you, nothing I love more than watching Tiger and Charlie. I do want to get an answer from an expert at some point, though, about how good Charlie really is. Like, could Charlie be, legit?
So,
he looks legit.
YouTube videos of, side by side.
No. I've seen everything there is like that. I want to hear from someone, could he be is he going to go play at Stanford?
No.
Or, be the real deal, or no? He's not that good?
Nobody will ever be Tiger Woods again.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying,
can he be really good?
Could they play on the tour together?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Now, he deflected enough, Anthony. Peter deflected enough. Get to your original point.
Enough, and I was waiting for that hang-up click that I was going to get.
No, he got close. Go ahead. Close.
Are you nervous at all about this little backdoor cover that Tommy Cutlets is going to give me?
Now, wait, what was our bet again?
I needed the Giants to be 4 games better than the Commanders.
Oh.
So could
we got this this last week against the Eagles is really, really important.
Well, here's my thing. I know the best case scenario in my mind for the Giants will be 2-2 the rest of the way out. I think that's me being cool, friendly, nice, and respectful to say that.
And I need you guys to just throw it in.
So then the question is, can the Commanders win anything on the way out here? At the Rams for the Commanders this weekend is tough.
It is tough.
For where they are.
I got it right here. At Rams, at Jets, home against the Niners, home against the Cowboys. Your best hope, I think, on that schedule certainly are beating the Jets and the Cowboys not needing the game.
I know. But here's the thing. Football is so weird, right? I mean, I assume the Commanders will just be terrible the rest of the way out. However, just like the Giants have found themselves where they are, who knows? They go play a great game at L.A., and I'm thinking, oh, they're going to beat the Jets too. I don't know.
See, here's the thing that's going to hurt you. Is it possible that the Cowboys will not need that game when only one team gets a bye? So do I think they can have the division clinched by Week 18? I do. But are you telling me that they're not going to need it for a tiebreaker against San Francisco?
And then they play San Francisco the week before. That's the problem. They have them back-to-back, Don.
So there's a chance the Cowboys could be playing for the 1 seed. See, back in the day where two teams got a bye, they're probably resting people because they got a bye. But now with only one bye, and they need that game to get the 1 seed, so even if they have the division wrapped up, are they going to have the 1 seed wrapped up, or will San Francisco have wrapped up? They're both 10-3. Now, the 49ers have the tiebreaker. They beat the Cowboys. So you got that going for you, which is nice.
So then you have to start getting into the San Francisco schedule. They're at Arizona this week. Win.
Somebody might die in that game.
They're home against the Ravens.
That's a gorgeous game. That's a Christmas game. Is that a Christmas game?
That's a Christmas game. And then they have the Commanders the week after that. Meanwhile, the Dallas Cowboys on the way out here, they're at the Bills this weekend. Huge game for the Bills. Huge. Yeah. If the Bills are for real, the Bills are going to do something. But that could be a win for the Cowboys. Then the Cowboys are at the Dolphins. So there is hope. If the next couple weeks go the right way, it could be wrapped up for San Francisco. But I don't know, man. I don't feel great about the Commanders anyway.
It's 4 better than Washington, right? That was the bet?
And they're currently 1 up.
And the Giants are 1 up. It's
tough. It could happen.
I can't see the Giants going more than 2-2.
And that wouldn't be enough. Even if
that would get them to 7, that would only be 3 better.
Yeah.
Giants are going to have to win a 3rd game.
And the Commanders have to win none.
Now, is it possible that the Eagles could be locked in Week 18 into their position
where they can't move either way?
Well, they'll be a wild card team, so they're on the road regardless. They may not care where they finish as the 6th seed, the 7th seed, whatever.
There's a lot
5
here.
seed.
There's a lot to dissect.
It's going to be interesting, but I think you're good.
Coming up next, we're going to give away tickets to WWE at MSG in a moment.
They rhymed.
That's right. But right now, guys, come get some from Security Dodge.
Do it.
Suffolk County's
My goal is to become the place where parents and caregivers come to find childcare that works for them.
My goal is to build the largest university in the world.
My dream is to be the telemedicine provider for kids and families to stop generational trauma.
I want to change culture. I want to enable these gaming communities to become self-sufficient. That's the goal.
With ButcherBox, you never have to worry about what's for dinner. We deliver grass-fed beef, organic, free-range chicken, humanely raised pork, wild-caught seafood, and so much more. Get high-quality meat sourced from trusted partners with free shipping, always. Sign up today and get free chicken wings for a year. ButcherBox.
Trick plays, and if ever local hero, national champ, now he's home and expected to save the comeback and continue to go forward with hope as the plan on the edge.
What's up, guys? I wish this was in person so I could buy each and one of you a beer or something. Last play of the game. Hey guys, am I dreaming or
This is my coffee shop. And that's me in my custom shirt from Custom Ink. This week, we moved into a new, bigger space and brought on another employee. To celebrate, I ordered new branded gear for the whole team. Everything was so easy to make with Custom Ink's Design Lab. I just chose my products, added our logo, and placed my order. Our new gear really helps us look and feel like a team. Bring your own team together with custom gear. Get started today at customink.com.
Get ready for the British Basketball League. 10 teams, one electrifying league. Global talent, local passion. The British Basketball League.
See everything your restaurant can do with tools from Square. Get a POS that connects to a KDS so you can handle orders ASAP. Reach more customers with online ordering and QR codes. Use pocket-sized hardware so you can turn tables faster. And get one account for everything so you can take care of it all and take it easy too. Get your all-in-one restaurant system and sign up at square.com today.
Of your life. Call 800-LAW-6789 or visit misowin.com.
For 2023, it's the Hess Police Truck and Cruiser with realistic sirens, multi-patterned lights, rotating spotlights, battering ram, and wheelie-popping action. Free shipping and Energizer batteries included. Get it now at HessToyTruck.com.
A tradition each year, the Hess Truck's here.
'Twas the holidays at DraftKings, and all through the house, slot reels were spinning, jackpots were shouting, presents were wrapped for our players with care, delivering offers all season. Celebrate anywhere. America's top online casino, spreading the cheer. It's holidays on the house. It's finally here. Download the app. Play $5, get 100 instantly in casino credits, plus a share of $5 million in offers this season. The crown is yours.
When choosing between style, comfort, and performance, we chose all of the above. How we get there matters. Get exceptional offers at your local Audi dealer.
When I hit 80, I needed help around the home. A friend of mine told me to call Freedom Care, and they'll pay my granddaughter to take care of me.
Funded by Medicaid, Freedom Care allows people to choose who provides their care, and the caregiver gets paid instantly after their shift.
Life is sweeter with her around.
Nana gave me so much joy as a child. Now it's my turn to return the love.
Call now to find out benefits and pay and how fast you can get started.
Here's a holiday thought to ponder. Is it truly a wish list if you only have one wish? Make your wish list a reality with exceptional offers during the season of Audi.
You are watching Yes.
It's easy to stay safe online. Learn more at CISA.gov/secure our world.
When choosing between style, comfort, and performance, we chose all of the above. How we get there matters. Get exceptional offers at your local Audi dealer.
K-Show, 98.7 ESPN. It's time, guys. I've been promising it. I've been waiting to get the update here. I haven't gotten the official word yet. I'm waiting for MSG to make the announcement about this update to the card. There's a big update to the big card.
You're kidding.
That's right. Guys, it's your chance right now to score tickets to WWE Live, the holiday tour at Madison Square Garden, Tuesday, December 26th. Triple threat match between Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, and Shinsuke Nakamura, plus so many greats, Cody Rhodes, Dom Mysterio, Rhea Ripley, and more. Caller 15.
That's
you know what I mean? Like Tommy Cutlets. Right now. 888-987-ESPN. You win 2 tickets to WWE Holiday Tour at Madison Square Garden. For full contest rules, go to ESPNNewYork.com. Tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. I'm going to be in the building. It's going to be. Oh, that's right. Time to be had by all. You know how much fun Don has at the Garden.
Oh, I just got hit by a T-shirt. How great is that?
Let's take some phone calls before we get to a big Anthony Pusick ENN coming up at 6 o'clock. Let's go to E in Queens. Hey, E.
What's up, guys? It's been a while. How are you?
Good. How are you, man?
Doing well. 2 quick points, you guys. Just let me get to it. The first one being, Peter, the right way for, I'm Dominican, and the right way to say it is, going to the DR. It's not grammatically correct, but there's no the before DR. You just say, DR.
Correct.
If you say the Dominican, it's a bit Americanized, or if you really want to get with the culture, you start learning how to roll your tongue and you say La República. But that might be challenging.
Wait, do people really say that, though, like casually, that they're going to La República?
Yeah.
Now, if I were to do that, you'd be like trying too hard, bro.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I mean, I would probably laugh, but I'd let you rock.
Okay.
The second thing, I know that we've gone over this a few times, but with everything that's going on, Peter, it's okay if you're a fraud about it. You're an Orioles fan, and the rules are that you can flip-flop. I need you to pick a team for this year to ride or die with. With everything that's going on, Mets or Yankees, come on. Plant your flag in the sand.
You should do that.
You can plant your flag.
Right, it's just for this year.
It's just for this year, and this way you can really be in the trenches with the fans. And, I'm a Mets fan, but I'm almost hoping that you go with the Yankee callers so I can hear I've been a Yankee fan since 1938 a little bit more often and hearing you complain about it.
Well, I'll tell you what. If you're forcing me to do it right now in this moment, I'm going Yankees.
Let's go. Lock it in.
Lock it in. I'm calling it on this day. For this coming season, my local baseball team will be the Yankees because of Soto. I absolutely was so in on Soto in his national days, and I'm here for it.
I don't like the idea that you can flip-flop next year. I mean, the part of being a fan is that you're all in.
It's the investment in the season, Don. Because obviously it's a fraudulent thing either way. I mean, I have my share of, like, if the Yankees or Mets make the playoffs, obviously I will be very invested and care, and truth be told, I'll be pulling for them to win. Why would I not? But this just adds a little bit more of an investment, and E has been really on this. He's really wanted me to do this. He seems like a great guy. So there you go. Deal with it, Yankee fans. That will be, at least when it comes to Yankees or Mets next year, I'm in pinstripes.
I think every year that you should select, in all sports, a New York team to get behind. Plant your flag in each sport. Got multiple teams. I know it could be tough football. You want to exempt football because of your love for the Commanders as number one.
It's really hard. But like I said, I was sitting there rooting for the Giants last night. How do you not? What was up when Michael did this? Little jinx.
I don't know. He's got some kind of thing going on.
How weird was that?
It was. That's why I said, "What are you doing?"
And by the way, was I jinxed this weekend?
No, he was. So who would you declare in hockey? I guess it would be the Islanders because you had all that stuff that I saw. You had one bag like a
it was a sweatshirt.
Gentleman.
I just have gone to multiple Islanders
like a gentleman. Your basketball team would easily be
the Knicks.
But the Nets treat you so well.
Such a great point.
That's why I was going to say Knicks too, but I'm like, oh, wait a minute.
Well,
so this Orioles thing is just a.
No. We're talking. The Orioles are the Orioles.
No, I know, but
we're saying, but in New York, I mean,
declare. Can't root for the Yankees, though. No.
What'd you say? Whatever he
You
wants.
can't root for the Yankees if you're an Oriole fan, can you?
What, the whole thing's fraudulent. We're talking nonsense. So, I mean
he's going to root for the Islanders, and he's a Penguin fan.
Yeah, what does it matter?
He's going to root for the Knicks, and he's a Celtic fan.
I mean, as much as I want Peter to root for my Knicks, a Celtic fan rooting for the Knicks, come on, man.
Hey, by the way, I know this sounds offensive, and I feel bad saying it. I don't want to be that guy. The Knicks-Celtics thing is so not a thing anymore. I don't feel the juice in that at all. Does that make me... You really feel juice in that, Jacob?
I think out of... And I'm excluding the Nets. I think out of everybody in our division, the Celtics is the one that every year I look at, I'm just like...
Well, yeah, but they're the best team in the division. I mean...
Even when they're not. Even when, I guess they were the trash bag teams.
Well, I mean, how often does that happen? Let's be realistic.
Knicks-Celtics hasn't been a thing for a long time. Now, they have met in the playoffs, what was it, 10 years ago?
There's not a lot of juice.
There's not a lot of juice.
I'm not trying to be that guy who's like, my team's so good, we don't care about you. But there is a little bit of that with the Celtics. I mean, there's a little bit of that there. The Nets are the... Listen, you want me to choose arenas? Barclays Center. I mean, it's number one, the GOATs. I love how they treat me, and that's a beautiful facility. But the truth is, the Knicks have been so much more compelling. I mean, the Nets could be a fun, sort of spunky team at best. But the Knicks are a team you're talking about, they should end up with a 3 or 4 seed. Obviously, the Mitchell Robinson news notwithstanding. That's what you're hoping for. So there's a lot more compelling about it.
This is going to sound, and I don't mean it to sound insulting, but I feel this way about the Islanders, Devils, and Nets. If you're going to be a fan of those teams, you're going to have to be all in. Where like the Knicks, because of how high profile they are,
you can be halfway.
You can kind of be out. But if you're going to go to Brooklyn, if you're going to go out to UBS, if you're going to go to Newark, if you're going to be fans of those, you're in. Right? You're not going there to be seen. You're not going there because it's the thing to do. You're going there because you're a fan of the team. That's why I love the passion to those 3 fan bases. No offense to Knicks fans. There are tons of Knicks fans. But the people in the building, they're not all in. Because it's a place to be. It's a hip thing to be a Knicks fan. But when you're a Net fan, that means you're a fan of the team.
There's a level of commitment that's required with the sort of, I don't want to say secondary teams here, but
well, just by design.
Let's go to 110 minutes. Max in Pennsylvania. How you doing, bud?
That's a long time, man. Thank you.
Thanks for holding, bud.
Oh, hey, what's up, guys? Yeah, no problem. Good show. So this is mostly for Don. So, Don, I was listening to you like 3 weeks ago before the Giants started snapping off these wins. Dave and Rick in the morning were talking, and Dave was saying, you know, more losses the better. I want options at quarterback. And then they brought you in because you were kind of like diametrically opposed to Dave.
Yes.
It was interesting. You guys are kind of like heavy hitters when it comes to the Giants, and I was kind of surprised to see just the gap between you guys. And I just wanted to know if you felt like even just like a little bit vindicated today, because I think a lot of people are coming around to your way of thinking. I mean, even Dave this morning was like, that win felt awesome. You know, he couldn't even deny it. And like, I feel the same way. And the last thing I'll say is, I feel like with Brian Daboll, what he's done with Tommy DeVito,
right?
It makes me feel like we don't need Caleb Williams or Drake May if we do go with a quarterback in round 1. So it's a wash for me. Like, sure, our draft pick is getting a little bit worse, but you brought up the point 3 weeks ago. You're like, I need to be certain that Daboll is who we thought he was, and I think he's proved that. So I just wanted to know if you feel like a little bit vindicated.
Yeah, I do. Well, I do for a couple of different reasons. The first one, like you said, is that this makes you feel good about the coach. And if there's anything that's on the same parallel of a great quarterback, Peter, is having a great coach. You need both. And I want to know that I got the right head coach. And I was worried about that earlier on in the season when the team was embarrassing themselves. But now you're finding ways to win. He's made the quarterback better. So I feel vindicated there. But where I really feel the most vindicated, Peter?
Vindication, if you will.
Is that, tell me that wasn't fun.
That's the thing.
So that's what you're sacrificing to get this pick that may not pan out anyway.
That's the thing.
The essence of why we become sports fans. Yeah, we want to win a championship. But the reason is, kids, we fell in love with teams is just the love of watching your team play well and the pride that you feel when your team wins, especially on national television when you know the country's watching. You want to put your best foot forward. And I didn't feel great at all when they embarrassed themselves against Dallas and couldn't find a way to beat Buffalo and looked awful and putrid against Seattle. I mean, those are embarrassing moments. So do I all of a sudden feel great and everything is over from the embarrassment earlier in the season? No, but I feel so much better about my team. And isn't that what it's supposed to be about, Peter? Have we gotten such a part of the culture that it's championship or nothing? We've all become Yankee fans where it's like, I either win a championship or forget it. It's a worthless season. What happened last night, Peter, people are going to be talking about for a long time. Isn't that worth something? Than to just see your team lose week after week after week. Why do you watch then? If you're rooting against your team, why not just I hope they lose, I'm not even going to watch. Sit there and that was Dave's like, hope they play well, but then lose at the last second. How does that work, Peter?
And also, like, you're not guaranteed championships. So don't you want to also just enjoy moments? Like, last night was awesome.
In a year that probably will be lost season, not probably, it will be because they're not going to make the playoffs, and the expectations were that they were at least going to challenge for a playoff spot. That was a fun night, and it's been a fun 3 weeks. Beat your Commanders, beat Bill Belichick. Everybody's beating them.
Now you want a piece too. Come on. Let's go to Stanley in West Orange. Hey, Stanley.
Hi, Stanley.
Good evening, gentlemen. How are you?
Hey.
Peter,
yep.
I'm going to give you your flowers, my friend.
Okay.
I've listened to you from Hot 97 to ESPN, and by far, sir, you have done an amazing job.
Thank you. Very
Keep
kind
it
of you.
up. I love it. Don, I've always wanted to say this. You are a man of the people.
I've heard that. Thank you.
You know how to treat people. You know how to talk to people. As a fan, sir, I love listening to you. And great job on the Knicks game. Didn't even know you did that. Awesome.
Well, thank you. I'm having fun doing
Michael K, please continue. Now, I know you for the Rangers, but for the Knicks, man, that was good. No offense to the other guys, but that was really good, man.
Thanks, man.
Michael K, bad guy.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm liking this call. Go ahead.
I don't understand how every time Michael K is out, you guys can't change the name to maybe like a Don and Peter show or something fun. Has to be called the Michael K show. I don't care about that.
Wow.
He's not there. So what?
No, Michael
K.
You guys. I don't think you're messing. The show's, there's a continuity that I think you have to kind of keep.
Sure.
But I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, listen, no one's fighting to get Michael's name removed from the show, for God's sake. You know what I'm saying? We're just trying to have a reasonable conversation.
But like during the summer, when he goes away, change the name of the show. I get what the caller's saying, but from a continuity standpoint,
it is tough. That's why you have to just have an overall thing. Right. That's the plan. That's what it needs to be. I mean, that's between. That's my thought. Now, ENN coming up at 6 o'clock. A few more phone calls. Your last chance to get in on the phone coming up next. And right now, Peter Rosenberg here to tell you about Better Health.
With ButcherBox, you never have to worry about what's for dinner. We deliver grass-fed beef, organic free-range chicken, humanely raised pork, wild-caught seafood, and so much more. Get high-quality meat sourced from trusted partners with free shipping always. Sign up today and get free chicken wings for a year. ButcherBox.
You done yet? It's 2 a.m. Why are you still scrolling through videos? You're not paying me overtime here. If you really want to see something new, why not change those shades that have been broken for the past 2 years? Let's tap the Thumbtack app, and in a matter of seconds, we'll find a pro to install new shades.
Okay.
With Thumbtack, you can easily find top-rated professionals for every home project.
Thumbtack, the easy way to care for your home.
Startups move fast. You need a bank that can keep up.
I love how easy it is to use.
The design, in general.
The interface is incredibly user-friendly.
The ability to easily see all of the transactions and search the history of them.
I really like the analytics that you see on the dashboard. It's like seeing your business in HD.
Getting started was maybe one of the most delightful onboarding experiences I've had.
I can just log in, send a wire, check my balance, and move on with my life.
See everything your restaurant can do with tools from Square. Get a POS that connects to a KDS so you can handle orders ASAP. Reach more customers with online ordering and QR codes. Use pocket-sized hardware so you can turn tables faster. And get one account for everything so you can take care of it all and take it easy too. Get your all-in-one restaurant system and sign up at square.com today.
I'm Jessie Dover, co-founder of Dagny Dover. New York isn't for the faint of heart. The gear you carry around not only has to look good, but it has to work even better. That's why we create bags like the Landon Carryall, a bag that allows organizational junkies like me to be ready for whatever life brings. A bag that allows me to feel good about the things I carry. After all, this city is a reflection of who I am, purposeful, resilient, and ready to face whatever comes my way.
There's about trick plays, and if ever local hero, national champ, now he's home and expected to save the franchise. Continue to go forward with hope as the plan on the arm.
What's up, guys? I wish this was in person so I could buy each and one of you a beer or something.
Last play of the game.
Hey guys, am I dreaming or can we actually win this thing?
Sorry, Dad. Get your emergency pizza when you order online.
Thank you.
Only from Domino's.
10 years ago, we started Untuck It out of my apartment, and today we have more than 80 stores worldwide.
It's been quite a journey. We didn't just create shirts designed to be worn untucked, we perfected them. With great fabrics and design at the perfect untucked length, so you can look sharp in this new business comfortable world. Just look for our signature sale. Untuck It, 10 years in the making, and we're nowhere close to stopping. Find the perfect holiday gift at untuckit.com today.
This may look like a holiday shopping showdown, but it's a Nissan sales event ad. Good thing my Rogue has intelligent all-wheel drive.
So does my Altima.
Now get a low $349 per month lease on Rogue and get up to $1,000 year-end bonus cash on popular models. Better hurry. These offers won't be back in stock.
Dive into the world of Win Reality. Experience unlimited at-bats from more than 600 pitchers. Training that simulates all game situations and head-to-head action with family and friends. Master your timing, pitch recognition, and hitting mechanics with expert coaching.
Let's see the progress.
So when your moment comes, you'll be ready. Win Reality. Baseball uncaged.
For 2023, it's the Hess Police Truck and Cruiser with realistic sirens, multi-patterned lights, rotating spotlights, battering ram, and wheelie-popping action. Free shipping and Energizer batteries included. Get it now at HessToyTruck.com.
A tradition each year, the Hess Truck's here.
Whatever the holidays mean to you, get the most out of them in a new Honda. Whether it's taking in the lights with all your friends in a spacious Accord, or taking in a snow day in a rugged CR-V. Your holiday adventure awaits with a new Honda during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
10 years ago, we started Untuck It out of my apartment, and today we have more than 80 stores worldwide.
It's been quite a journey. We didn't just create shirts designed to be worn untucked, we perfected them. With great fabrics and design at the perfect untucked length, so you can look sharp in this new business comfortable world. Just look for our signature sale. Untuck It, 10 years in the making, and we're nowhere close to stopping. Find the perfect holiday gift at untuckit.com today.
Let's get it.
There's never been a better time to get away with a great deal on the Hyundai you've always wanted. Plus America's best warranty and up to 3 years complimentary maintenance. It's your journey. Own every mile at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Now's the time to get in and get away.
Lease an all-wheel drive Santa Fe for $269 a month or get 0% APR for 60 months plus 0 payments for 90 days. Hurry in.
It wasn't hard. It wasn't rocket science, but I'm proud of it. All right, time to get in every phone call we can in the next 5 minutes.
Do it.
Well, Richard may take up 5 of it. Just kidding. Hey, Richard, how are you, bud?
Hi, Don, Peter. Don, John Mara's 69.
Is that really? Is that old?
Yeah.
Wow.
He's a little
Time
bit older
flies,
than me.
man.
The Giants and Jets get rewarded this weekend for 2 great wins, and they're both on at 1 o'clock on Sunday. I don't understand that. Why couldn't they do something about that? Don, did you think Daboll made a mistake and didn't let Green Bay score? I was thinking he should let them score as quickly as possible. What do you think on that?
When they
At the end.
No, but you still want to stop them because you're up 5. So
Yeah,
why would
but
you
if
give
you
them
let
the
them
time?
score, then you can
But you
stop
had
the
the
2 points.
timeouts. Because you had the timeouts. Because you could still call timeout and force them into a situation where either they score or they go for or they fail on 4th down. That won't leave you a lot of time to counter. But but no, I would not have done that.
Okay, Daboll is doing what Parcells did 24 years ago with Ray Lucas. Same thing, same formula. So he's been, same exact thing. One last thing, fellas.
Yes.
Larry Zonka, O.J. Anderson, John Riggins, and Franco Harris. Rate those 1 through 4.
Rank them?
Yep.
Do it one more time.
Zonka, Riggins,
Zonka.
Anderson, O.J. Anderson, Franco Harris.
Zonka.
Because
four
of
great
but Zonka, I only think had 1,000-yard season. Now, it was different back then. It played some 14-game seasons. I get it. He didn't have a ton of 1,000-yard season. I will go Harris, Zonka, Riggins, O.J. Anderson.
Okay. And one last thing, fellas. Last thing you said about Joe Kapp. Joe Kapp was the first quarterback that took on NFL defenders head on. This guy came before Bobby Douglas, and he would get it. He was also in one of the greatest sports movies, The Longest Yard. He played one of the guards.
Oh, that's right. I had forgotten about that. That is actually a good point. I remember that. The original Longest Yard, not the
Adam Sandler
one with the Adam
vehicle.
Sandler, which was not a bad remake. There's a lot there. I thought he had me rank the running backs, but without
there was no response. I was waiting for some sort of thing to be said there, like there's going to be a point to it.
And jokingly, you said he's going to take the whole 5 minutes.
No, he did.
He really did nearly take the whole 5 minutes. How many last things does one get?
I didn't realize John Mara's already 69. That's kind of scary. Makes sense, but it's still scary.
Michael K is now plugging his TikTok on Twitter.
He's on TikTok.
That's
trying too hard, bro.
I like that he tagged Charlie D'Amelio on it too. He said he said my daughter Callie's urging me to build up my followers on TikTok so I can be the next Charlie D'Amelio.
So he did this while he's on the cruise?
Well, here goes. Looking forward to working with you, Charlie. You can all follow me here.
So he didn't do the cave diving, is what you're saying?
This is what he's doing on the cruise. He's in hell right now. He's in his own private Idaho.
It's got to be an interesting. So
he
far
wants
today,
to jump off the ship.
So far today, he's eaten eggs, hated it, taken a picture of the Grinch, and now is working on his TikTok page.
I'm sure Belize is nice. No?
Can you imagine what the hell is going on this thing?
I'm on a cruise, going to some of the most beautiful places on the planet. I think I'm going to take the time to create a TikTok account.
60, Michael's 63?
2.
62 is a tough age to start a TikTok account. I'm not saying you can't do it.
Now, waiting.
I've been building mine over the last year at Rosenberg Radio. I felt too old to be starting to do it.
Waiting online at the DMV, waiting for the cable guy to come.
Right.
Times in which you're bored and you're looking to make, create TikTok or write your own book or whatever. In the middle of COVID, we all started doing, strange things because we couldn't leave the house. He's on a cruise. He is so bored. He is so out of his mind wanting to get off that boat. It's ridiculous.
Well, first of all, Michael doesn't know how to relax even in the best of circumstances.
Okay.
So in this situation in which, as Joe Buck said yesterday, Michael's part of a human buffet.
Yeah.
He's just standing around. He's either stuck trying to take care of his family, like actually having to parent, which Michael loves his children. Does Michael love having to be actively parenting all day long?
I don't want to give too much information.
Go ahead.
But things are kind of set up where he doesn't have to be doing a lot of parenting.
Well, you're talking about something we talk about openly on the show, the au pair situation.
No, I'm not even talking about the au pair.
Really?
It's not just the four of them. But it's not the au pair. Oh, the au pair may be there. I don't know. I don't have confirmation on that.
You're saying on this trip or in general?
On this trip, there may be somebody else that can take care of that.
Oh. But so either way, though, he's still doing some level
He is bored out of his skull. He'd rather be on the moon than where he is right now. He'll never admit it.
He can't.
But I'm telling you, just like I knew he was going to give up on the golf lessons. Remember that? I didn't forget. I told you what was going to happen. He was going to do it. He was going to stop and never play again. I've been right. I know my man Michael Kay, he hates this cruise, despises it. He sits there and daydreams about being where you're sitting right now.
By the way, this is all speculation. This is only coming from Don LaGreca.
Here's where I'll leave you. Right now, he's daydreaming in moments about like sitting in his own filth than where he is right now.
Wow, you think he'd rather
be me in Calgary?
Well, ponder that, everyone. As Anthony steps into the room for a big ENN, it's going to be there's a lot of good audio today, a lot of subjects to get to we haven't even touched yet. As the weather gets colder, guys, the NFL offers stay hot on FanDuel right now.
With ButcherBox, you never have to worry about what's for dinner. We deliver grass-fed beef, organic, free-range chicken, humanely raised pork, wild-caught seafood, and so much more. Get high-quality meat sourced from trusted partners with free shipping always. Sign up today and get free chicken wings for a year. ButcherBox.
All right, here we go. It's a big responsibility to be a designer. Dagny Dover is a bag brand based in New York City, founded by 3 women. We make hyper-functional, performance-driven bags. That's like a mouthful. We're all about getting the most out of life. When you're organized and you have your things together, you feel good. And when you feel good, you can live life intentionally. Oh, it's pronounced Dagny Dover. Dagny means new dawn. It's a new dawn for fashion.
Can a handyman fix my leaky faucet?
How much does it cost to have my HVAC checked?
How do I know I have mold?
What do water pipes
Home questions don't have to keep you up at night. Get peace of mind with Thumbtack. We'll connect you with local pros for any home project, from a small fix to a big remodel. See transparent prices, read verified reviews, and book with just a tap. Thumbtack, the easy way to care for your home.
Trick plays, and if ever local hero, national champ, now he's home and expected to save the franchise and continue to go forward with hope as the plan on the offense.
What's up, guys? I wish this was in person so I could buy each and one of you a beer or something. Last play of the game. Hey guys, am I dreaming or can we actually win this thing? It's a perfect pass.
The most important tool on any job site in America is the one you wear on your feet for 40 hours a week.
Wait, what?
My name is Eric Gerard. I started Brunt Workwear in my garage for my buddies in the trades. The modern construction worker has different needs than they did 100 years ago. That's why at Brunt, our gear is designed by workers for workers with premium technologies like triple layer comfort, slip and oil resistant soles, and a triple layer waterproofing system. Go online for free shipping and try any of our gear on the job for 30 days, risk-free.
Get ready for the British Basketball League. 10 teams, one electrifying league. Global talent, local passion. The British Basketball League.
In this new business comfortable world, just look for our signature sale. Untuck It, 10 years in the making, and we're nowhere close to stopping. Find the perfect holiday gift at untuckit.com today.
Whatever the holidays mean to you, get the most out of them in a new Honda. Whether it's taking in the lights with all your friends in a spacious Accord, or taking in a snow day in a rugged CRV. Your holiday adventure awaits with a new Honda during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Hey, so I found a betting system that's really working great for me.
So did I. What's yours?
I set up an hour-a-week time limit on FanDuel. I can also set up wager limits, so I only bet what I can afford, and betting stays fun.
Right.
So what's your system?
What's that?
Your system. What's your system? What is that?
Every bettor has a system. Make FanDuel's responsible gaming tools a key part of yours.
With Anthony.
Hi.
And the reason, because we would get into these really cool conversations during the commercial break leading into ENN, having us laughing, jovial, and it set the tone for ENN. So this one's going to be
but I just heard you guys talking about the Kraken, and I checked that.
All right, well, you know what? Then I'll say it. Arizona money line tonight against the Penguins. I think they'll crush them, destroy them.
I like it.
Plus 160 on
Plus
ESPN
160,
Bet.
Peter.
Oh, I'm not going to bet it.
ESPN brought to you by Security Dodge.
Do it.
ENN, not ESPN. ENN brought to you by Security Dodge. Come see Michelle Scalisi and come
Get some.
Yeah.
Gee, that was a good job.
the live. Come get some. That makes it, don't you think? It adds a little bit to
I thought that it should be in the commercials now.
Ooh, that'd be something. I think we should do that. Let's start by saying good evening to Don.
Oh, I just got hit by a T-shirt. How great is that?
And Don.
What's the matter with eggs at sea?
And Don.
Jama just flows better to me. I don't know why.
And Peter and Don.
You really say egg like you're from Baltimore.
How am I supposed to say it?
Egg.
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 That could have went on for a little while, too.
Yeah, well, do you hear it, right?
Oh, yeah, I hear it. Absolutely.
It's a strong egg.
It's a strong egg.
Yeah, well, you know what I'm trying to say.
What about Peter?
What part of your noggin did it ding?
I like that one.
Don did get dinged on the noggin.
And Peter again.
I'm a good mailbag reader. Trust me. Did I lie? I might even pull one out during ENN. Don't think I won't.
Oh, I mean, listen. TMCastESPN@gmail if you want to get on board. Thank you to everybody. When I opened it up today, we had like 200 emails.
Someone said, Jonathan said that we should talk about the penalty for the pick segment.
I think a back massage.
And he suggested the loser take a shot of the bomb hot sauce, which is like the highest level one on the show Hot Ones.
I kind of like that.
Don, that's like real.
Is that like? Don't you have to sign a waiver? Like you could die from that, correct?
Yeah, I don't know if it's sign a waiver you die level, but it's definitely like you'll be scared going into it. Have you ever watched Hot Ones and seen?
No.
Watch an episode of Hot Ones.
Quite the concept. By the
see
way.
when it gets to the like end of the show, people are at like you cannot take it level. That could be interesting.
That's dangerous.
You mean like
I went to a
health, that's health dangerous. Not that half the things that Don wants to do is.
Yeah, Don believes someone should get shot.
But that's what I'm ready to do it. I went to a pig roast.
He almost pulled a biggie, ready to die.
It's unbelievable.
Because I'm all in on this show.
Yeah.
I went to a pig roast one time in college.
All right, well, all right, Jacob.
Yeah, do what we got to do.
And I had something spiced, and it burned. Like it was almost like I had to go to the doctor.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to be careful. I don't want to see something like that. But
I'd be willing to try.
I'll take the shirt cannon to the forehead.
You already did.
I'd be willing to try though. Peter, what about
Not
you?
point blank. I'm talking about point blank range.
Well, I like buffalo wings. I like spicy. Would you be willing to try? I think Hot Ones sells that, right? They have like each individual hot sauce, and as it progressively gets up, would you try those hot sauces? Is that something that interests you at all?
I would.
Yeah,
seeing how spicy you could
yes,
go with that.
I am. Yeah. I am curious because I enjoy hot.
Don't you worry. Like if you get really spicy, your nose gets runny.
You should see how some of these people answer these questions when they get up to
All I know is that if this was my show, It was Don and Peter, the Peter or Don show, whatever. Everything would be spectacular and better.
I wouldn't want to go as far as Don wants to go.
Well, then you know why? Then maybe it's just me. All right, you don't want to climb aboard my train.
Yeah.
I'm saying we'd have punishments where people would be gathered around. We'd sell tickets instead of I'm gonna have a Whopper, which is absolutely delicious.
Yeah, that is a disgrace.
To let you know there's a God. And that was his punishment. He had to have a Whopper.
How about this?
My God.
How about James wrote us and said, "Hey guys, I know you're sick of hearing this, but I love your show."
Hi, James.
I watch it on Yes just about every day. I love Monica McNutt. Love the way she breaks down the NBA. Love her energy and the vibe she brings. My suggestion is for you guys to have her on for a weekly to talk about my beloved Knicks and hot topics in the NBA. Listen, real quick. The first time that we had the McNutt on the show,
that's right.
It was a Peter Rosenberg booking, much like my top flight booking last week of the Rossini. And what did we rate when we had Monica on the show?
It was double digits.
It was a monster number.
Number.
I don't think. Listen, you're not going to get Don and I to argue against having Monica on the show regularly to break down the NBA. Love it. Love the idea.
I think Michael liked it too. I think he'd be on board as well.
Yeah, I'm all for the McNutt.
I got to tell you guys, I don't know why we bothered to watch the game last night between the Giants and the Packers.
Okay.
If you were a fan of the movie Coming to America, you already knew the end.
Oh, it was most exhilarating. The Giants of New York took on the Packers of Green Bay. And in the end, the Giants triumphed by kicking an oblong ball made of pigskin to a big H. It was a most ripping victory.
It really was. It was a ripping victory.
What a great movie.
It was a great movie. And the Giants did win. Tommy DeVito, the legend, lives on. Hey, you know who we haven't heard from today?
Tommy DeVito.
Correct, which is very sad.
I'm upset about this. I really thought someone would have been like, I got him. Here he is. This is weak.
Reached out to the agent as well.
This is weak.
Weak sauce.
We haven't heard. It's Aaron Rodgers Tuesday. He was on McAfee.
Okay.
No, I knew something was missing in my life.
Yeah, I knew I didn't care.
And this is just you two being great. Here's Aaron Rodgers on Tommy DeVito.
There's a lot that goes into it. It's not just one player or one time. There's matchup stuff. There's how the defense is playing. I wouldn't know the stats offhand, but I feel like the defense, Wink and his guys, been playing a little bit better, last stretch of the season. But the recipe is not too complicated. It's be opportunistic. It's make good decisions, take care of the football. And I think when you got a little bit of moxie to go along with that and some charisma, which he obviously does, and presence, that helped. He watched the game last night. He had, very efficient. He only had a few incompletions. Right? He had no turnovers. He had no sacks. I mean, they'd come in with giving up, I would guess, close to or the most sacks in the league. And to have no sacks, no turnovers, didn't seem like, I didn't watch the whole game, didn't seem like there were a ton of turnover-worthy plays. That's the key to success, taking care of the football, being opportunistic, making some plays, and then bringing that extra little something.
Even Rodgers sees the moxie in DeVito.
How can you not?
There's something about it. The amount of people doing the hand gesture yesterday was unbelievable.
Howie Rose responded to the Michael K. white omelet.
What did he say?
He said, well, there's your problem right there. You left out the yolk. After all those years, you played it halfway. That's like trying pizza for the first time and leaving out the cheese. You need to rip yourself on the air for this.
It's
Howie Rose, friend of the show. Can we give him point guard? Can we give him point guard?
It's so to know that Michael tried eggs for the first time and went with an egg white omelet.
And then he wants to hang on the rim saying, I was right.
No, you didn't even try it. You didn't even try it.
Not that all healthy food is bad.
I tried soda. I had a Fresca.
There's some healthy food that's delicious, but egg whites is, first of all, an acquired taste if you just eat eggs in general. It's a completely different taste. And if the issue, as you talked about, Peter, is the way it feels when you eat it, it's very bland if you don't put things in it. And we know ointment is not a thing for Michael.
Right. So I do egg whites sometimes, of course, and
hot sauce.
Or I'll do one yolk and then add more egg whites or whatever, or I'll get an egg white omelet even. I'll do it all. But I'm using it as a vehicle for all sorts of other things, and ketchup and meats and peppers and
hot sauce on an omelet, delicious.
Hot sauce, whatever. I mean, it's you know what? It's a bad job out of him, and he won't admit it, but it's his loss. And he can take it up with the Lord when he gets up there. Hopefully a very long time from now, he can take it up with the good Lord.
I don't think he gets in.
What?
No, because you're disrespecting God's work. He went through all the trouble of making this amazing food to make life pleasant.
Yeah,
on
what
this
else?
planet.
What else is a chicken's purpose?
And he ate 4 things. Millions of things. He ate 4 of them. You know what? Go to hell.
Oh,
that's what they're going to say.
God said.
What you're saying? God's going to say, "Go to hell."
Well, it's not going to be God. It's he's going to
one
be
of his henchmen.
well, it's going to be Who is it with St. Peter? Who's at the gates that let you in?
Peter, I believe. Yeah.
Well, like Jared,
You're there.
like Jared for the Jets. God's Jared, you're saying, is going to say, you know what? We've seen enough.
Jared of the Jets.
Yeah, like Jared for the Jets handles the PR. Right. It'll be God's PR person going, Michael, we've talked about things.
Or Pat Hanlon of the Giants trying to get Tommy DeVito.
Did Pat even hit you back? What did he say?
They said that they'd get back to me on it.
Did they?
They have not gotten back to me.
So obviously they think we're garbage.
I don't know. If that's the case.
They think we're garbage. Duly noted.
No. Pat's.
You know what?
Pat's
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear what he's salt of the earth. Great. Well, guess what? We got 14 minutes left, Pat. Where's Tommy DeVito? There's a great moment in history.
I am not going to have any attack on Pat.
No,
I'm not attacking him as a human being. I'm just saying he thinks we're garbage.
No, but that's not true. What if he gets it tomorrow, 3 o'clock? Bang. Is he garbage then?
That tomorrow's the last day before I think he thinks we're garbage.
I went to a pig roast one time in college.
You have to see how small Butter is on Michael's TikTok, because this has to. I mean, Michael's only posted like 6 videos. Butter's like this small.
Well,
he's also added 200 followers since he's.
That's the point of posting. That's why.
I mean, it's a great job.
That's why
This is the lovely followers, and maybe the Charlie D'Amelio collaboration will happen shortly after the Christmas.
Do you realize the D'Amelio's dad, Mark D'Amelio, is a good buddy of mine from years ago.
Friend of the show. Well, no, friend of yours.
I suppose. You've never been on the show.
I think he could be on the show.
If you want to talk to Mark, I'm sure I could get him.
Why not?
But Mark is in the clothing industry. And when I was doing my work with Mitchell and Ness, he was a really important player at Mitchell and Ness.
That's cool.
And I met his daughters.
Great products.
They were just... Now, Don doesn't know who we're talking about.
I know Mitchell and the throwback.
Not that.
No, the D'Amelio girls.
No.
So Charlie and Dixie D'Amelio are literally the biggest people on TikTok.
Okay.
They're one of the reasons TikTok became a thing. Partially is the D'Amelios.
So it's their fault.
Sure. If you want to look at it that way, that's fair. And it was just bizarre because they were just my friend's daughters, and then I didn't talk to Mark much over a couple of years, and they became
huge.
I mean, I think Charlie has like 50 million on Instagram.
I'll have to look this up.
And that's not even her primary thing.
Right.
It's crazy. Shouts to the D'Amelio family, though. Lovely bunch. He can take it up with the good Lord.
I don't think he gets in.
That's a big take. That's a big take from Todd.
Yeah, Charlie D'Amelio has 151.6 million followers on TikTok.
You know what I'm going to ask Mark for?
1 million?
She has 11 billion likes.
Yeah, that's a lot.
I'm just going to ask Mark. I've never asked you for anything.
Billion.
Can you just have Charlie give me one? Like, I wonder if Charlie were to give you the old and put up a post for you and say, go follow my friend so-and-so. How many followers that directly leads to? You'd be shocked at how low that number is going to be, right? Like anytime someone asks people to do things, if it's not directly involved with that person.
But even a low number.
Is you said 100 million on TikTok?
Yeah.
I didn't know there were 100 million people on TikTok.
Yeah. Are they people? That's the question.
Oh, you think there's some bots?
There could be bots.
Of course. I mean, that goes without saying, of course.
But she's very popular on her own.
She's gargantuan, though. It's so crazy.
So, Peter, you might see Aaron Rodgers against your commies, right? That was the report. That's the speculation. Well,
sure.
Speculation. McAfee asked Rodgers about that report.
Yeah, I'm not sure where that report's coming from. There's been a lot of interesting reporting over the last few weeks of our team. No, I'm not sure about some of these reports, but there's loose lips that are, everywhere.
Ooh.
I'm not going to let that sink in my ship, though. I'm getting better, improving. Still some things I got to do in order to be able to be cleared. But I've done some limited practice the last couple of weeks and done some 7-on-7 stuff at the end of practice. It's called flight school. It's the kind of B squad guys getting some extra work in at the end, and I just asked, hey, can I take some of those reps there? But I'm, working in there and obviously doing all my rehab and diet and vitamins and all those different things, modalities, AAA, all the, things that are, important.
Do we see him this year? Yes or no?
Yes. But
Dolphins look beatable, by the way.
Well, come on.
If the Titans defense can hold them down,
so the
Hill's
Cowboys
injured?
look beatable when the Cardinals beat them. Things happen. One week, something can happen. It's just not a thing for the Dolphins, all right? But and the Jets play miserable down there. Get bad quarterback play when they're down there. So let's see how it happens. I've always felt that Rodgers will play like a series just to show he can be back. Does he make a start? Maybe in that capacity. I don't know if he plays a full game.
Peter? Do you expect to see the commies? Do you expect to see Rodgers against them? No. Okay.
I don't.
You've been on this for a while that you don't think this is gonna happen.
I think the whole thing is just to keep people talking. It's such a risk. What's the reward? The only reward he would get from this, if they're not playing for the playoffs, which they probably won't be, the only reward is to get an "I told you so." I think Aaron Rodgers is too smart for that. It's too much risk, not enough reward.
I agree with that. Somebody did clinch a playoff berth last night because the Giants beat the Packers.
That's
the 49ers are the first team to clinch a playoff berth this season. And they sit, then they now sit with the top spot in the NFC playoff picture. They hold tiebreakers over the Eagles and Cowboys because, well, they crushed both of them. So there's that. And bad news for the Chargers, Justin Herbert, season-ending finger surgery. So a team that was on the bubble now doesn't have their quarterback, Easton Stick, not the actual Stick, a person, quarterback out of ND State University. He will be their quarterback going forward.
It's a great name.
It is a great name. He has to walk out with a hockey stick, right, Don? Come on. They're already superimposing it. Why not? Let's have some fun.
Is it legal?
I'm not saying he has to play with it. He could walk out of... I mean, Aaron Rodgers walked out with an American flag.
Like Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, exactly.
Matthew wrote us and said, the show flows better and is more entertaining when it's just the two of you. I said it. I'm a longtime listener before Peter. Something has happened to the chemistry of your show.
Pre-Peter.
Goes on and says some other things.
Well, I want to hear every one of them.
I don't know.
He says it started when Michael came back from his summer vacation. He didn't like the mix that you two had developed.
Interesting.
He was very critical and confrontational. Today when I tuned in, it's a well-rounded, entertaining show that includes a few subjects outside of sports. It's very entertaining.
What's his name again?
Matthew Clark.
Matthew, I'd like to take you out to lunch.
You know what? I want to feel bad.
Matthew Clark, I could take him to PJ Clark's.
I want to feel bad.
It's our favorite spot in the world.
I want to feel bad for entertaining this, but no one deserves it more than Michael. No, I mean, with the amount of times that I've just been crushed and Michael goes, I think he made some salient points. I shouldn't feel bad. All right, go ahead.
The Spurs have lost a team record 17 straight games. So Victor Wembanyama has not exactly turned around the Spurs instantly like everybody would have hoped or maybe even thought. Not to be outdone, the Detroit Pistons have lost 20 straight games.
What the F?
Unbelievable.
That's two bad losing streaks in the NBA.
Yeah, that is nasty.
20. So what's the record?
Yeah, aren't they flirting with
I think they started at 2-1. So they've got to be 2 and...
No, but I'm saying, what's the record for consecutive losses?
The record for consecutive losses.
Was it in 88, 89?
It matches the NBA's longest since the Rockets lost 20 straight in 2020,
That's
2021.
right. Yeah, during the pandemic. They remember they had that miserable losing streak. The Sixers, 2015. So this is a lot.
Jacob's on it.
28 straight.
They might get there.
They might get there.
Monty Williams says he's seeing a lot of growth, though. So
I can't
One of
believe
the worst teams I remember, maybe it's not even comparable now, but I remember, check it out, 89-90.
Orioles?
Dallas Mavericks.
Oh.
I got to look that up.
While you do that, Zion Williamson has responded.
Don't mock me.
Oh, he responded to Stephen A?
To Shaq and Charles Barkley's recent comments on his weight. That's what it says here. Maybe, I'm sure you probably heard Stephen A's too. But he addressed Shaq and Charles Barkley directly here.
If it comes from a great place and a place where they just want to see me do better, thank you. But if it comes from anywhere else, everybody entitled to their own opinion. Can't control that.
No, he took the high road. But
Pretty mature answer to a... I mean, we played Stephen A yesterday, and we know that Stephen A likes to...
He was wrong.
Go over the top.
Especially coming from Shaq and Chuck, you almost get the sense he could have been like, from Shaq and Chuck, what? I know y'all ain't talking.
Well, apparently, Alan brought up a good point that somebody came up to Charles Barkley when he was playing. I forget who it was now, but he said it on his show today, Bart and Hahn, noon to 3 here on 98.7.
Yeah, I've heard it.
That he said, you got to lose weight. And Charles, at first, took offense to it, but then realized, like, if I want to get to the player I want to be, thank you, Jacob. Moses Malone. And said, you got to lose some weight if you want to be the player that you want to be. And Chuck took it to heart, and now maybe he's doing the same with Zion. I didn't hear Chuck and Shaq's comments specifically. Stephen A's were far more...
Well, and it doesn't mean the same. With all due respect to Stephen A.
All due respect.
It doesn't mean the same thing coming from Stephen A. as it does coming from two Hall of Famers. But yeah, Chuck, after he got in shape, he went from the round mound of rebound to he got that chiseled jawline. He became all muscle bound.
Right.
He by the way, Chuck to this day still yo-yos. You'll see Chuck get fat, and then you'll see him get busy and really pull it together. It just depends on the time of year. I get it. I relate.
We have a drop, by the way.
Currently, it's Slim Chuck.
This could be a Zion drop, by the way. I haven't heard this yet, but I want to hear it now with you guys. Here we go.
You know, I think we kind of went into the game too, like Kazegas will.
To what?
Let's say I see what it is.
You know, I think we kind of went into the game too lackadaisical.
Any idea?
Lackadaisical?
Lackadaisical.
Well, yeah, you knew he was trying to say lackadaisical.
I didn't know.
You know, I think we kind of went into the game too lackadaisical.
I did not know that's what he was trying to say.
I don't like making fun of people.
I'm not.
What? Why do we
It's
do
just
this?
a drop. It's a flub. We do this all the time.
It's not even close to lackadaisical.
It's like machinations, like Mad Dog said. Remember machinations?
Oh,
I mean, that's,
by the way,
it's a professional broadcast.
I know
it's fine.
we've been hard on Michael today. He's caught a few strays today, and I you know,
really when
he's been sensitive recently, so I don't want him to get upset with me. Can you admit? Imagine if either one of us made as egregious a flub as his saying "mangy."
Yes,
that happened last week.
He couldn't find mangy.
We
have it.
There's a
It's
drop.
on my short list, by the way.
Can you pull that up there? This happened last week.
I probably
on the
labeled
show.
it Johnny Damon, Jacob, or you labeled it Johnny Damon. Whoever cut it.
I don't know enough about the machinations of it.
Come on, that's good.
No, that's the Mad Dog Russo. I want to hear Michael say "mangy" because it was honestly shocking.
All right, here we go. We got it. Here we go.
Johnny Damon was a mangy mess with the Red Sox.
Mangy?
A mangy, whatever it is.
I kind of like me. I kind of like mangy.
But it's not shocking.
It's not what you want.
My first instinct was that must be a word I don't know. I know mangy, but maybe mangy is something worse. I'm always going to give him the benefit of the doubt, right? Like if he just makes up a word.
It must be that he reads so much, Don, that like there are some words he never says out loud.
That is true.
But hold on.
He was on a roll though.
But isn't everybody familiar with the phrase? And I'm kind of offended by this phrase, given the love I have for my sweet bear. Doesn't everybody know the phrase "mangy mutt"?
Yeah, of course.
Mangy mutt is a thing.
Look, I'm sure Michael knows the word.
He's a mangy mutt.
Michael was just in the way at that point. Wow. And he kind of lost it. By the way, 92-93 Mavericks were 11-71.
We call him Mangy Michael. Mangy Michael.
There's so many things that I wanted to get to today. Let's do this because I think it'd be interesting to both of you.
Yeah, go ahead.
The Lakers will unveil a banner for the NBA Cup. It will be raised at their next home game, December 18th, against
the Knicks.
The Knicks.
Oh, yeah.
And honor LeBron James and Anthony Davis for being named to the in-season all-tournament team. The banner will have a different shape and color than the existing gold NBA championship banners that line the rafters. Guys, we debated this. Your thoughts on the Lakers raising the banner? Jacob has already weighed in.
Doing something is fine.
Got to acknowledge it, right?
Yeah, there's some sort of acknowledgement I think totally is fair. This will sort of lend itself more. The LeBron haters will cling on to this. They'll be like, enjoy your COVID championship. Enjoy your in-season tournament.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, this will not play great. Later, it seems like a lot to commemorate it right now.
Well, all I know is that if the Lakers didn't want to do it, Adam Silver was going to force them to do it. Adam Silver wants this to be acknowledged. It's his baby.
It's his thing, yeah.
And it would embarrass him if the first ever in-season tournament champion didn't hang a banner. I don't think the Lakers had any kind of choice. You agree, Peter?
Yeah, pretty much. They're gonna give this thing its respect.
One last story before we get out of here. Patrick Mahomes on KCSP 6:10 a.m. talking about the way he acted after the game against the Bills on Sunday.
Obviously, you don't want to react that way. I care, man. I love it. I love this game. I love my teammates, and I want to go out there and put everything on the line to win. But obviously, can't do that. I mean, can't be that way towards officials or really anybody in life. So probably regret acting like that. But more than anything, I mean, I regretted the way I acted towards Josh after the game because he had nothing to do with it. And so I was still hot and emotional. But you can't do that, man. It's not a great example for kids watching the game. So that was more upset about that than I was about me on the sideline.
I think it's well done.
Very well done.
Yeah, he was thorough with it. Someone told him it's time.
I'm not in love with the whole I'm passionate. Like it almost gives you like an excuse to just be a yo-yo at any time. Well, no, I'm just passionate. You were wrong, and he at least apologized for it. He owned it. That's a good job.
Yeah, he's
a good guy.
Yeah.
He just had a really bad moment.
That was ENN, brought to you by Security Dodge. Shop 24/7 at securitydodge.com. Go see Michelle Scalisi. Grab a t-shirt and come get some during their wrap-up year sales event. New Game Misconduct. Me and Don out now. Wherever you get your
Hear that?
Do it.
Yay!
Anthony, fantastic job. I think we should run this whole show back tomorrow.
I think it's a great idea.
Let's do
we
it.
have anything special tomorrow?
We do.
Dan Orlovsky.
You've got Dan Orlovsky. We're going to talk to Zac Efron. And Jeremy Allen White.
That's a wrap on the show for today. Coming up next, the British Basketball League. For all of us here on the Michael Kay Show, this is Chris Sheeran saying have a great night. We'll see you again tomorrow at 3 o'clock.
I'm Jessie Dover, co-founder of Dagny Dover. New York isn't for the faint of heart. The gear you carry around not only has to look good, but it has to work even better. That's why we create bags like the Landon Carryall, a bag that allows organizational junkies like me to be ready for whatever life brings. A bag that allows me to feel good about the things I carry. After all, this city is a reflection of who I am, purposeful, resilient, and ready to face whatever comes my way.
There's an easier way. From little fixes to big projects, taking care of your home is easy with Thumbtack. Download the Thumbtack app and start caring for your home today.
See everything your restaurant can do with tools from Square. Get a POS that connects to a KDS so you can handle orders ASAP. Reach more customers with online ordering and QR codes. Use pocket-sized hardware so you can turn tables faster. And get one account for everything so you can take care of it all and take it easy, too. Get your all-in-one restaurant system and sign up at square.com today.
All right, here we go. It's a big responsibility to be a designer. Dagny Dover is a bag brand based in New York City, founded by 3 women. We make hyper-functional, performance-driven bags. That's like a mouthful. We're all about getting the most out of life. When you're organized and you have your things together, you feel good. And when you feel good, you can live life intentionally. Oh, it's pronounced Dagny Dover. Dagny means new dawn. It's a new dawn for fashion.
Boost your streaming experience with live stats on the Yes app. Real-time features like player stats, game leaders, and play-by-play are available now on phones, tablets, and now on connected TVs. Live stats while you stream, now on the Yes app.
Never be afraid of your strength. Because your body is capable of amazing things. The one they said you shouldn't have. The one driven by a power they can't see. Own your strength. And see how far it takes you. Tono, be your strongest.
There's never been a better time to get away. With a great deal on the Hyundai you've always wanted. Plus America's best warranty and up to 3 years complimentary maintenance. It's your journey. Own every mile at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Now's the time to get in and get away.
Lease an all-wheel drive Tucson for $229 a month or get 0% APR for 60 months plus 0 payments for 90 days. Now during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
After last month's massive solar flare added a 25th hour to the day, businesses are wondering, what should we do?
I'm thinking company-wide power now.
Anything can change the world of work. From HR to payroll, ADP designs for the next anything.
Oh, that reminds me. You coming to my after party? Wouldn't miss it. Want me to bring limes? That'd be so helpful, Steven.
Cuervo tradicional cristalino, smooth as an edge.
When choosing between style, comfort, and performance, we chose all of the above. How we get there matters. Get exceptional offers at your local Audi dealer.
Can't stop me, I'm unbeatable, I'm unbeatable, I'm unbeatable. Every time you wanna clash, the wind is kicking through the door. I am unbeatable. Chances running out of stock, and we're running out the clock. I fail once, never stop. I am unbeatable, I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable, yeah. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable, yeah. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable, yeah. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable, yeah.
Hello and welcome. My name's Tahir Hadja, and this is Unbeatable, the British Basketball League highlight show, bringing you the very best of the action from the past week. We have reached month 12 of the year, and we are in week 12 of the league. Kicking off December, we have an ice-cold fixture ready to frost up the Morningside Arena. The London Lions had their second defeat of the season last week, with the Newcastle Eagles taking a big victory, whilst Leicester Riders bagged a much-needed win against Manchester Giants. This fixture always delivered. It's London Lions versus Leicester Riders. Calling this one, it's Dan Routledge and Ant Rowe.
These two had previous.
The Riders ran them close, but for the first time ever, the Lions are the playoff champions. London Lions are looking dominant. What can the Riders do to turn this all around?
First blood to the fellas from East London.
Mackenzie has it.
And now, they're in Leicester's meadow. Through a proper tear-up. Start your weekend in style with these diamond geezers.
Let's go!
Who's gonna snatch the win?
Cross to Morgan, fires up the three. Matt Morgan strings it. So they'll be trying to keep him quiet. Here's a deep three from Connor Washington, all string.
Wow, Sam Decker open in the corner.
Here's Washington again, count it. Connor Washington, second three of the game, Leicester ahead. Oh, thrown into the crowd by Josh Sharma. Here's Morgan foul for three, and it will go, Connor Morgan. Nice pass, and Thomas with the two-handed throwdown. Now he goes, broken up. Comes down to Decker. Decker gets it onto Sharma, and Sharma jams it in. Going again. Blocked. Law with the rejection this time. Wow. Holmes running the floor, gets the jam. Holmes. Nice feed. Russell cutting back door, lays it in. Here's Mackenzie for three, and he gets it down to single figures.
Wow, just like that. So far, both teams are well below their averages.
Well, it's Johnny just too big there. Taylor, extra ball movement, jammed in on the baseline. Wow, and
just straight into the game and knocked down a 3 there at the final buzzer, and London will just let time expire. Well, that second quarter was where Coach Božić and his team put their foot down and got away. Leicester threatened to come back in the second half, but never quite got close enough.
London Lions back to winning ways in the league. Next up, the Bristol Flyers head to Scotland to face the Caledonia Gladiators, and they'll be hoping to shift a month of bad results with 4 straight losses hanging over them. Calling this matchup, it's Josh Bett and Lloyd Gardner.
You know, there's going to be a moment of transition for them, just adjusting to the new players.
Caledonia staying in that 2-3 zone. Leslie Smith trying to play the high post, and the bank is open.
They've got the mismatch now. Look for the kick out for Jacob.
Going for the fadeaway in the paint, and no problem.
So great job from them, turning defense to offense.
Well, Plazakashi shooting off the screen and nailing that one. Again, another turnover. Now the Flyers can tie this one up. Jacob going all the way, and he's going to lay this one up, and we're all locked in at 33 apiece. And as we mentioned already, the last time they won was against the Caledonia Gladiators almost just under a month ago. Well, nice pass, finds Farrell Ali. Hodzic goes in and throws it down by Ali Hodzic. Now, can Caledonia get something transition? Paliza goes up, finishes this one. Well, here's the man who's been making big shots again. Continues. Wheeler now goes off the dribble, puts up a high arc one, and finally gets it to go. Now Fraser Malcolm, so he's going to go on, makes a bit of contact, and a tough finish.
Right,
kicks out, finds Jacob in the corner. 3 is up, count it. DeBose again going to the basket, goes up, count it, gets the and one. Well, Ali Hodzic getting a handoff now with DeBose, going back to the big man, goes up, and again finishing, tough move there. But a nice dive coming from DuBose. It's a 3-point ball game. Trying to go bull screen. Man, what a time finding Brad Green. Got to go up and finish it. Bo's got to get something going. Almost fell over, stumbles, but no problem for DeBose. Makes the second one. Find Green. Getting handoff. Jackson puts up a Hail Mary 3. Doesn't get it. Caledonia Gladiators, they escape with the victory, 85-82 against Bristol.
After the break, we'll bring you the very best of the rest, so don't go nowhere.
Get tools that bring every angle of your beauty business together. Clients can book online 24/7 for multiple services and multiple staff, so scheduling is simple. And with client notes and stored payments, you can offer seamless checkouts, so clients keep coming back. Run your beauty business with tools that bring everything together. Get started at square.com today.
With ButcherBox, you never have to worry about what's for dinner. We deliver grass-fed beef, organic free-range chicken, humanely raised pork, wild-caught seafood, and so much more. Get high-quality meat sourced from trusted partners with free shipping, always. Sign up today and get free chicken wings for a year. ButcherBox.
Trick plays, and if ever local hero, national champ, now he's home and expected to safely come back and continue to go forward with hope as the plan.
What's up, guys? I wish this was in person so I could buy each and one of you a beer or something.
Last play of the game.
Hey guys, am I dreaming or can we actually win this thing?
All right, here we go. It's a big responsibility to be a designer. Dagny Dover is a bag brand based in New York City, founded by 3 women. We make hyper-functional, performance-driven bags. That's like a mouthful. We're all about getting the most out of life. When you're organized and you have your things together, you feel good. And when you feel good, you can live life intentionally. Oh, it's pronounced Dagny Dover. Dagny means new dawn. It's a new dawn for fashion.
Get ready for the British Basketball League. 10 teams, 1 electrifying league. Global talent, local passion. The British Basketball League.
Your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching, yes.
Welcome back to Unbeatable, the place to be for your British Basketball League fix. Next up, the Newcastle Eagles are soaring after their win in London and a run of great form. They face the Surrey Scorchers, who have won 3 of their last 5. Your commentators for this match are Josh Beck and Graham Hiscock.
Well, here's a turnover now. McGill throws it up by Taj Green, and all of a sudden, we've got Newcastle Airlines coming from the green lights. Throws the lob, goes up, connects with it, and the Scorchers just giving the Eagles a taste of their own medicine. Down the lane finds Jameson, another turnover, and sorry, just way too casual. Cooper's going to try to attempt the block, and again, Newcastle this time. Finds Robinson, left wide open, takes a 3, it's up, and it's good, and finally,
yeah, Taj Green took full advantage there for the offensive rebound.
Hans Bailey gets rejected, pinned off the backboard by Ricky McGill. Are you kidding me? Yeah. Oh, Ricky McGill. Well, sorry, I have numbers. Lawrence pulls up, nails this one.
This is just the chaotic basketball game.
Oh, Graham, where's the defense? Oh, that's going to be an unsportsmanlike foul, the right decision. Darius Defoe.
Tell you what, Josh, what a great job from Taj Green there. Josh still had to foul there, Josh, but he was too aggressive with the foul.
Darius Defoe is not happy, and I think Abdul Muhammad tried to go over and calm him down. Again, Newcastle happy to step off now. Ladies and gentlemen, look out below as Taj Green just gets the crowd back in the game. Still goes for a quick 3, misses last one again, makes number 11. Straight off the bench, finds Robinson. Quick 3, it's up, and it's good. Trying to throw the lob is up, and Delpesh just connects with it. Robinson now being heavily defended. Penetrates, tries to find Jameson, can't get it, but the putback is good by Sonny Ken. Loses his shoe. I think at some point they've got to realize he needs to put that back on. Wang almost turned it over. Ogundemi made one, goes for another one, gets it to drop. Captain Fantastic looks at the camera and says, heads, calm it down, baby. Well, Delpesh made his last